Hey y'all. We're gonna start. I'm just waiting for more people to come in because we are gonna be live on we are gonna do it live on YouTube because I know that's what y'all preferred last time. So we're gonna do that live today. But I want to wait for some more people to come in here before I make it live because of course y'all know we gotta chat it up like we usually do. So we'll keep it live now. And I'm putting on some mascara while I wait for y'all. Hey Moni Jones. You said what happened to the call? I haven't got to the call. We haven't done the call yet. We just started the live stream. If you're talking about the other day's Tuesday's live stream, then yeah, that's that one is up and it's fine. So y'all will be good. Hey Divine. Oh, let me go grab something while I'm waiting for some of y'all to come in here. So we can get the call in. Because let me see if I can find that video where I tried looking for it. Let me look for it again. I want to find that one where they asked them about having babies. Part 2, welfare and the fatherless family. Okay, so this is why we calling.
CBS reports.
Let me share the screen with y'all.
What are we doing to our children? With CBS News correspondent Daniel Shore.
13 miles from Paul Bullard's home is a public housing project in familiar red brick, Perry Homes. It is like most such projects in most big cities. And cemented into the red brick are a series of public policies that work against the children of the poor. Because housing for the poor is scarce, the 1,100 apartments hold not the officially registered 6,000. But with unofficial residents, relatives, and friends, more.
Hold on, you guys. I have to do something. I'm gonna still let y'all hear it, but I gotta do something so I can watch the chat box.
Their children are left to care for each other or for themselves, and drug abuse is rampant. Because family planning measures have lagged, there are many teenage mothers.
Do you find that there is an incidence of young girls becoming pregnant?
Yes, we have a high rate of that too.
What about what age?
Well, I used to say age 14, but I think I'm having to back up and say age 12.
Y'all, this is just a 16-minute video that we go watch.
It may take 2 years to get testing for a child with learning problems. And the Perry Homes schools have reading levels among the lowest in the city. Because Perry Homes was planned on a minimum budget, there are few places for children to play. Because of the same kind of planning, Perry Homes has no doctor, no dentist, no pharmacy.
I want y'all to look at the condition that Black people have always been in and tell me when were Black men providers.
Wait for attention at Grady Memorial Hospital. And partly because of the general rule that welfare is cut off if there is a man in the house, fathers are often driven away so that mother and children can eat.
85% of the head of household is a woman because most of the.
Hold on, I want y'all to hear what she's saying. This was in 1973. This is in 1973. She said 80% of the homes are headed by a woman. This is in 1973. Now, we know from the Moynihan report, it talked about the 1920s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. We know in the 1960s was the civil rights movement. Black men were largely fighting to lay up with white women, which they were doing before the civil rights movement. When were Black men providers? When were Black men providers of their home? Because based on the timeline, it doesn't seem like there would have been here. Let me actually here. Let me make this live. We'll make this live now, and after we watch this, then we'll play the video. But we'll call New York's welfare. My question though is like when were they providers? I don't know when they were providers. I'm coming in here to make this public. Sorry, y'all. As we watch this video, I just want to know when they were providers, because it really just does not seem like there's any real documented time in history when they were providers, because this is in 1973. So we're going to go back so you can hear her say most of the homes were headed by women in 1973. 80% of them, actually. Let's listen to her.
Away, so that mother and children can eat.
Because here's your welfare myth.
No pharmacy. Nearby, there is a well baby clinic, but no sick baby clinic. And the sick must travel 12 miles to wait for attention at Grady Memorial Hospital. And partly because of the general rule that welfare is cut off if there is a man in the house, fathers are often driven away so that mother and children can eat.
85% of the head of household is a woman, because most of the men who should be in the household, they cannot make a decent living. And of course, it is better to know that a child will be fed 12 months out of the year than 3 months, which you do in the summer when construction work, you can make a decent living.
So when were they providers? I'm trying to figure out when they were providers. Yep, this is Grady. He said this is in Atlanta. So we've seen one from Atlanta. We've seen one in New York. We've seen one in California. All of the videos were saying the same from different eras. Black men were not even working. They weren't making a good wage. Mind you, this is in 1973. So this is post Black men going to the Supreme Court to have access to white women. So if you're going to be in the Supreme Court, and we know there was Pace v. Alabama, McLaughlin v. Florida, Perez v. Sharp. We know, I think there was a McKinney versus Virginia or something like that. There was a number of these cases. There's a number of them in which Black men were at the Supreme Court trying to get anti-miscegenation laws abolished. So in 1973, and y'all know we saw that video on Black love and Black relationships, where it was around this time too, Black women were complaining about the amount of Black men who were pursuing relationships with women of no color. So while they had just gotten off battling the Supreme Court to have access to these women, they then, what's the more likely story, then left Black women like they were doing, abandoned them, and went and did other things with other women. They were not providers. She just told you 85%. We gonna run it back so you can hear. This is where we've been lied to. Listen.
85% of the head of household is a woman, because most of the men who should be in the household, they cannot make a decent living. And of course, it is better to know that a child will be fed 12 months out of the year than 3 months, which you do in the summer when construction work, you can make a decent living.
So even the Black men who were providing, at some point, they were not providing consistently. This is the real reason why you had to go on welfare. It's not because they were put out the home. It was because they were fighting the Supreme Court for the wrong reason. They were in the Supreme Court trying to get to lay up with women of no color. That's what they were doing. They were in the Supreme Court not trying to get more money. This is 1973. We know Black men went to the Supreme Court in the let me see when Pace v. Alabama was. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna tell y'all when it was. Pace v. Alabama was in 1883. This ain't even the 1900s. This was in 1883. The first case they went to the Supreme Court, Pace v. Alabama. Anybody can look it up now. This happened in 1883. Long before Richard Loving was born. Richard Loving was not born in 1883. That's the first time interracial case went to the Supreme Court docket was in 1883. But yet, even though they weren't able to make an adequate living to provide for their family, all up into the 1900s, well into the 2000s, because this is 1973. So this is like the tail end of the 1900s. This is the tail end of the 1900s. By 1973, these males had already went to the Supreme Court on at least 3 different occasions so that they could lay up with women of no color. What they did not do is go to the Supreme Court so that they could be able to get better jobs to provide for their family. That's what they did not do. They didn't go to the Supreme Court to address the employment disparity, even though she's saying that they were only able to get jobs 3 months out of the year for construction and they weren't able to provide for their kids. So what you should have saw Black men doing is going to the Supreme Court and challenging welfare like a Black woman did. King v. Smith. I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna pull King v. Smith up. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show you what happened and how long the man out of the home ruled. Because by the time they started talking about this in 1973, the man out of the home rule was already abolished. So even in this video, they're referencing a law that literally was abolished in 1968. So 5 years prior to even doing this, man out of the homeroom had already been abolished by a Black woman. Not because Black men wanted to be in the home, so they went and challenged the Supreme Court. Y'all, Sasha or Jasper tearing up this house. And that's fine. I'm gonna deal with them in a minute. But they didn't go to the Supreme Court because they wanted to get back in the homes. They didn't go to the Supreme Court so that they could get better paying jobs so that they could provide for their families. Because remember, Black men are the fathers. They genuinely do want to raise their kids. Went to the Supreme Court to get back in it. A Black woman challenging that law was actually challenged by Black men. It should have been. It should have been. They said welfare took them out of the home. The question would then be, what did you do to get back in it? The answer will be not a damn thing, because they didn't want to be in the home to begin with. No matter how you look at it, it's gonna go back to the fact that these males did not want to be in the home, and that's why they wasn't in it. It just is what it is. They were walking out on their families. Welfare is just another scapegoat. But let's listen to what she got to say, because I'm about to in a minute call. We got to call New York in a minute. Oh, sorry, my theme switched. Now I got to take it off. I have to put it back on the theme. It switched the audio really quickly, but I'm about to put it back on here for y'all. But this is very telling, though. This tells you a lot. Let's get into it and listen to it.
85% of the head of household is a woman, because most of the men who should be in the household, they cannot make a decent living. And of course, it is better to know that a child will be fed 12 months out of the year than 3 months, which is during the summer when construction work, you can't make a decent living.
The man in the house rule was written to prevent welfare cheating, to make sure that aid to families with dependent children would go only to families headed by mothers. But the effect of the man in the house rule is to create for children an atmosphere of investigation and surveillance. And thus, the welfare system in its operation turns out to be a system to make life harder for children.
Now, let me show y'all something, because this was in 1973. where you got this man here. Let's listen to what he say, because they're saying this after the man out of the home rule didn't even exist anymore.
Integration of the American family. It offers money to families if the fathers will leave them and stay away. In that sense, undoing the very stability of the family and taking away one of the two parents the children, of course, need. And what I have seen, I'm afraid to say, all over the country is that the legal system works against the best kind of home for these children. We don't encourage parents to be at home with the children. We don't encourage mothers to feel that they can find their destiny as mothers. We take away, in many of the most vulnerable homes, fathers from those homes. We herd foster children together in institutions rather than trying to find decent homes for them. We don't tap the resources we have in communities and with respect to older people so that they can help out in vulnerable homes. We don't sanction and encourage.
So hold on, because Jay Prince, you're definitely lying, because we just called welfare yesterday. We literally just called welfare yesterday, and they said they don't kick anybody out the home. Now let me show you how they're lying. Let me show you how this is a lie. 1973, but let's look up King V. Smith. This is what we about to look up. When a black woman went to welfare to get these men back in the home. Because really, we really don't even need to call welfare to get black men back in a home. Black women already did that in the 1960s. So let me show you. Black women been challenged. Black women been challenging welfare to get black men back in a home. They just haven't, because they don't want to be in there. Hang on for a second. I gotta do something, because I actually did something I did not mean to do. Okay. We go to this. All right, let me share this with y'all now. Because I'm telling y'all, they got the black community in a chokehold with these lies. And we just go here with the truth. Now, look, what does this say? Let me make it bigger for y'all. Let me make it bigger, because we go look at this case law. Because bandits can say whatever they want to. This is historical case law. This is why we look this up. We don't just say stuff, we show it over here. That's what we do. And the reason we show it is because we already know that we're accurate. Now, King V. Smith, United States Supreme Court. I want y'all to look at the date here. It was argued on April 23rd, 1968, decided June 17th, 1968. 2 months after a black woman challenged this law, it was abolished. It says, under the Aid to Families with Dependent Children, established by the Social Security Act of 1935, funds are made available for a dependent child largely by the federal government on a matching fund basis with the participating state administration, the program in conformity with the acts and regulations of the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare. Okay. Section 406 of the Act defines a dependent child as one who has been deprived of parental support or care by reason of the death, continued absence, or incapacity of the parent. This says they already got to be absent. So I don't know why you would have a documentary in 1973, number one, lying, because during the time of that documentary, this rule didn't last any longer because they got rid of it. And number two, why would you say that the welfare system is causing them to kick these men out of the home when it clearly says that the parent had to have already had a continuing absence or incapacity of the parent? So they would have already had to have been absent. Nobody kicked them out of the home. Welfare didn't say, in order to get on this, you got to kick this man out the home who already there. No, they said, we will give you this if he had already abandoned you. If he was either dead, he had a continued absence, meaning he wasn't there, chose to not be there, or he was incapable of providing. It's one thing to read something, it's another thing to comprehend what you are reading. This is why they're saying the US literacy rate is very low, because while many people can read, they cannot comprehend what they are reading. You have to be able to comprehend what you're reading. Meaning, if you see continued absence, that means they were already there. They in and out, they're not stable, they will leave. You don't have no idea when they come back. They have a continued absence. They've been gone. That's what this means. This means in the event that the man left and stayed gone, we will give you some money. If you have a man in the home, the man should be a provider. So welfare was being logical, actually, but it says, or incapacity of a parent, and insofar as relevant in this case, aid can be granted under the provision only if a parent of the needy child is continually absent from the home. Meaning he left, he's not coming back, you don't know where he is. Nowhere in this does it say the other parent is required to evict the man from his home. This says continually absent, meaning he left on his own. It says the act requires that aid to families with dependent children shall be furnished with reasonable promptness to all eligible individuals. Alabama, like all other states participating in the AFDC program in 1964, this became, it was only for 4 years. This is a 4-year rule that Black men are saying still got them out the house in 2024. The rule was put here in 1964, promulgated its substitute father regulation, under which AFDC payments are denied. You still don't see anything about putting a man out the home. It says AFDC payments are denied to the children of a mother who cohabits in or outside of her home with an able-bodied man, a substitute father being considered a non-absent parent within federal statute. Nowhere in this do it say kick the man out the home. It says you won't qualify, in which case, if she does not qualify and AFDC decides to not give her any benefits, the man can then step up and be the provider. So really what welfare was doing is giving men the opportunity to provide for the family. They saying, okay, if you in the home, we won't get her welfare. You be the provider. That's what they're saying. So if Black men want to convince you that they were providers, then that would render her, according to welfare, that would mean she does not qualify and payments would be denied. Still ain't saying nothing about taking no man out of the home. It says payments are denied to the children of a mother who cohabitates in or outside of her home with an able-bodied man, a substitute father being considered, because you got to listen to what they're considering him. They consider him a non-absent parent. A non-absent parent. Meaning, okay, you got a man in a home, he go provide for you. Good. It says the regulation applies regardless of whether the man is the children's father, is obliged to continue their support or in fact do so. Literally, welfare was saying, okay, if you are a providing man, we'll step aside and let you provide. This is only here in the case that you are not providing. In the case that your man done walked away. But if you get an able-bodied man in here, then he needs to provide whether he's the biological father or not. Sounds like welfare was based off of patriarchy. That's what it sounds like. It's saying this is a patriarchy. You don't need to have no non-providing ass man sitting up in your home taking up resources. He need to be providing. Why is he over there laying up and not providing? That's what welfare said. Welfare said this is the anti-layup clause. If you a man, you ain't going to her house to just lay up. We not gonna fund you laying up and creating more children. No, you need to provide. So no men were put out the home here. Even if you read the law, it says we'll just deny money to the children of the mother. We'll deny you money. It does not say regulations under AFDC authorize the U.S. Marshals to remove the man from the home. That's not what it says. It says we gonna deny her money. We will deny her money because he should be providing. Reading is one thing, comprehending what you're reading is another thing. These bandits lack comprehension skills, obviously, because if they're translating denying a payment to removing a man from the home, then you lack some kind of comprehension. Welfare said, no, if you got your able-bodied man ass in the house under this patriarchy, if you laying up with that woman, the least you can do is provide for her kids. I don't know why black men would have a problem with this. Black men should love this. You said you were the providers, so welfare said, okay, you can be in the home. We'll assume you're the provider. She ain't getting welfare if you in the house. Provide for her then. Then provide. That's what welfare said. Welfare said, then you provide as the man. Because if you in there, then you need to be doing something. The regulation applies regardless of whether the man is the children's father. He is obliged to contribute to their support. Look, all the welfare was doing is holding them to a patriarchal standard. That's it. That's all. No, Tasha, I'm gonna let them come up when I'm done. I'm gonna let them come up when I'm done because I'm gonna let them come up while we get welfare on the phone so that welfare can tell them they ain't never removed nobody from the home. Nowhere in this law. This is literally the law and how it was written during that time. The law did not say remove the man from the home. It says payments are denied. Payments are denied. So if you had your providing ass in the home, you should be happy for this. You should love this law. Yet another law that allows black men to do exactly what they said they wanted to do, which is provide. And here they go, lacking reading and comprehension skills, not understanding that no, the man out of the home rule was beneficial to you. It is the rule that said you get to be the provider. The man out of the home rule said, if you are in the house as a man, then you are the provider. We won't give her a damn thing. The black woman went to the Supreme Court because she wanted to lay up with a derelict bandit who wasn't taking care of his kids. Let's read it. Let's read it. The regulation applies regardless of whether the man is the children's father. He is obligated to contribute to their support or in fact does so. The AFDC aid, which appeals Mrs. Smith and her 4 children who reside in Alabama for several years and was terminated. Notice how it don't say the man was kicked out of the home, even though she was laying up with him. It said her benefits was terminated. Her benefits were terminated in October solely because of the substitute father regulation on the ground that a Mr. Williams came to her home on weekends and had sexual relations with her. Mr. Williams is not the father of any of her children, is not obliged by state law to support them, and does not do so. Appels thereupon brought this class action. It's a class action suit. So this was a number of different black women and white women who didn't agree with this. None of these were black men. If you're wondering if black men were part of this class action lawsuit to get the men back in the home, no, they were not. This was a class action lawsuit that involved near like 100% women. This was 100% women in a class action lawsuit. It did not involve Black men. Not no time did Black men go to the Supreme Court to get back in the home, and that's because nothing removed them. Nothing in this says remove the man from the home. It says terminate benefits, deny money, stop payments. It's not saying take man out the home. It's saying stop the payments. If you're the provider, you should be fine with this because now you can step in and provide. She thereupon brought this class action in the district court against appellate officers and members of the Alabama Board of Pension and Security for declaratory and injunctive relief against the substitute father regulation, meaning to get rid of it. Meaning this Black woman went to the district court to appeal the fact that her benefits were terminated, not her man was removed. Notice how you don't see we removed Williams from her home. That's not what you see. You don't see anything in here saying we removed Williams from her home. You see we terminated her benefits. Meaning Mr. Williams could have paid then if he was a provider, nothing stopping him now. Now the woman's at your mercy. The government is saying since you went in the house, you the provider, we ain't gonna provide no more. What's the problem? You should be providing then, Black man. It should not be a problem here. Why would you have a problem with this man out of the home rule? Why would you have a problem with this? When welfare is literally telling you we'll step aside, we'll stop giving her benefits so that you can provide for her and them kids. The state contended that the regulation simply defines who is a non-absent parent under the act if the legitimate way of allocating is limited resources available for AFDC assistance, discourage illicit sexual relationships, and illegitimate birth. Meaning, why do you got a bandit up in your home who ain't taking care of his kids or yours, but you having sex with them, risking having more kids that you can't provide for? This sounds logical to me. So the whole thing, they're talking about what it was incentivizing. No, they were discouraging illicit sexual relationships and illegitimate births. They wanted to stop these bandits from traveling to broken home, creating more kids that they can take care of. It says, and treats informal married couples like an ordinary married couple who is ineligible. Look, like ordinary married couples who are ineligible. So a married couple wasn't even eligible for welfare. Married women were not even eligible for welfare because they had a man there who is the provider. The district court found the regulation inconsistent with the act and the Equal Protection Clause. Alabama's substitute father regulation is invalid because it defines parent in a manner that is inconsistent with Section 406 of the Social Security Act, and in denying AFDC assistance to appeals on the basis of an invalid regulation, Alabama has breached its federal imposed obligation to furnish aid to families with dependent children. Therefore, it was thrown out. This was thrown out in 1968. Why are Black men saying that they were removed by welfare when the man out of the home rule was abolished in 1968? The documentary you just saw was in 1973. Why are they saying somebody was removed from the home? You were not. The stepfather clause simply said, in the event that a woman has found a man who is able-bodied and can provide for those kids, he will then have to replace welfare as the provider because we will no longer give her money. They didn't say we will have the U.S. Marshals come and get this man up out this home so she can qualify again. No, it said we gonna cut her off. Just like the lady at welfare said, ma'am, we don't take people out the home, we terminate benefits. She wouldn't be eligible. And didn't black men say they didn't want black women to be eligible for welfare? So what is the problem? The man out of the home rule said, if you there, she don't qualify, now you can be a provider, like you said you always wanted to be. You wanted to be a provider, step in and be a provider. What is your problem with this law? Let me drop this link so you can come up here and you can just go ahead and tell us what problem you got with this law, because based off my reading and comprehension, black men should be 100% in favor of the stepfather clause. You should be in favor of that. Why wouldn't you like a law that says that if she got a man there, she don't even qualify for welfare, we gonna let you be the provider? Why would you have a problem with this? Ain't this what you said you wanted? Didn't you say you wanted to be in a home as a provider? So the stepfather clause said, okay, if you in the home, you gotta be the provider. We won't give her a damn thing. Now, Jay Prince, get your tap dancing ass up here if you coming. The link is posted. Bring your ass up here and say what you got to say, because you was trying to come up here anyway. So come on. Talking about ain't no way a black woman. Did you see what he did? So because somebody proved that not only did welfare not take you out the home, but black women fought to get you back in the home, then you go run your little bitch ass out of here? You gonna try to rewrite history and say ain't no way a black woman did this? Yes, a black woman did do it. A black woman did what black men should have done. She did a class action lawsuit. She challenged welfare in the Supreme Court and said, no, I want to be able to lay up with a derelict bandit. He ain't my kid's dad. He don't have no obligation to him, which is true. Which is true. A stepfather does not have any obligation to nobody else's kids. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else's kids. But now I noticed that Jay Prince ain't nowhere to be found. So you had your dumb ass in here attention whoring is what you were doing. That's what you were doing. You thought you were going to come in here and dissipate the energy because somebody read off a law that you couldn't comprehend. It ain't hard to bring up this stuff. But I want to know, why is the documentary in 1973 saying somebody was removed from the home? They were not. Black men were not removed from the home. They weren't. Why do we continue to perpetuate this lie? If they weren't in the home, they walked out of the home. The fact that they did nothing to get back into the home is evidence that they did not want to be in the home to begin with. It really just is what it is. Now, we're going to call New York to welfare, though. That's what we about to do. All right, let me try to call welfare. Because y'all got me. Y'all, like these bandits. And this is what really the bandits, the problem that bandits have. This is really the issue that they have. The issue that they have is that we go pull up some receipts. What you got to say?
Well, I was just at my sister's house, and I was going to call the welfare before I got up here. And I was at my sister's house, and they told her, first off, they gave her 7 days to have another adult living in their house. You got 7 days throughout I think it's throughout the whole year. After those 7 days.
And which welfare system was that, so we can call them? We'll call them right now. Why you up here? We'll call them.
The state of Wisconsin.
Wisconsin welfare. Okay, we about to look for it.
Let's
and
do
we
it.
gonna call them.
How they do it is, even though it's no different from Planned Parenthood. Only thing they did was change like the policy. What they would do is they would basically say that they won't do it like they probably used to, but what they would do is
what county was it? Because we got the Milwaukee County Health and The Milwaukee County Health and Human Services. Okay, we about to call. I'm gonna pretend to be somebody. I'm having a baby. I want to get on welfare, or they gonna put my black man out the home because ain't nobody. Apparently, when they were putting men out the home, which they were never doing, the only men they were apparently putting out the home is black men because there was always more white men, white women on welfare. White men ain't never said nobody put them out no damn home. So clearly,
We not
this is
just
only a
making
thing
this
for
up.
black men. What?
We're not just
You
making
are
this
just
up.
making it up. We literally, what part of the law said remove the man from the home?
So do you really believe that one woman can change the whole system?
One
In 2
woman
months.
didn't change the whole system. She initiated a class action lawsuit. Do you not know what a class action lawsuit is?
Okay, whatever it is, how come us in 2024
No, but
still
I'm
complaining
asking you,
about
do
that?
you know what a class action lawsuit is?
Yeah,
What is a class action lawsuit?
it's a lawsuit.
What type of lawsuit is it? What type of lawsuit is the class action lawsuit?
It's a lawsuit with class.
No, it's a lawsuit that involves a number of different people. That is what a
Okay.
class action lawsuit is.
But-
Meaning, and some people,
They
in
sign a
some
petition?
places you have to have 40 people, some places
A
you have to have
petition.
30. So it's a number of different people that you have to have on a lawsuit, but it's a lawsuit that does not represent one person. It says a number of different people were affected by this lawsuit. A class of people were affected by this.
Cynthia, here's the thing, right? And I grew up in this from when I was a kid.
You
Here's the
clearly
thing. Here's the thing. This how they
listen.
do it, Cynthia. This how they do it. They would
Listen,
tell-
I'm not gonna listen to you. I just
Okay.
read the law. I know what the law
Oh.
says. None of it says take the man out the home.
It-
What
it
part
does.
of what we read said remove the man from the home? Can you
No.
just tell me that?
Okay, this is how they do it. It probably won't say that, but this is how they would do it. Let's say you was getting welfare or Section 8. Well, now I think they removed welfare. Now you get W-2. So what
No,
they
a
do is they
W-2 is a W-2 is a tax form.
no, it's called W-2. It's work to get. It's not welfare no more. It's W-2. And so what W-2 is, they would tell you, let's say you was getting W-2. They would tell you, they would give it to you, but if you try to bring a man there, they will tell you they removing all their
Why?
support, and you have to find somewhere else to go
Why?
because a man living there.
No, it's not. It's because they count his income, and welfare is based on income.
Even if the man don't have
It's
an
based
income, they're gonna remove her.
No, they not. No, they not. Because he can be on welfare too. They will not remove him. He can be on welfare too. You're lying. Show
So
me
if
the
he was
law.
on welfare, he won't
Show
be
me
living
the
there.
law. Show me the law
Let's
that
call
says
him.
it.
Let's
Okay,
call
yeah,
him.
we are gonna call him.
Come on.
Yeah, let me get their number. Because we about to call him right now, and I'm gonna ask her if I got a man there. Will they cut me off?
Go ahead.
But even if they cut you off, that's not removing the man, is it? Is cutting off
It's
benefits?
so many words that is.
How? Explain to me
Because
how
a lot of-
welfare terminating benefits and allowing a man to provide, how is that chasing him out of the house?
Because most times these women do not want to lose that welfare over no goddamn man.
If the man ain't providing, yeah,
Even if he
because
is-
the man, no, he's not. No, he ain't. No, he ain't.
No,
If he's
you ain't hear what
if
I'm
he
saying.
listen, I don't care what you're saying. If he's a stable, consistent provider, a woman will prefer that. Women worship men, so you're not gonna convince me that any woman is gonna say I would prefer to be on welfare than keep this stable provider of a man.
They feel as though
you can
No,
listen. Go
they feel
sell
as
your
though they
bullshit to
want
someone
power.
else.
They would rather have their own
Go sell
power
your
over
bullshit
themselves
with
than to have
someone
a man.
else. Go sell your bullshit to someone else. Nobody
Listen,
believes you.
So you mean to tell
A
me all
woman
these-
is not getting rid of a provider for welfare unless the man's provision
Yes, they
is not
will.
stable. Not unless if it's not stable. Yes.
I hear what
because
you're saying,
it's not
Cynthia.
stable or reliable.
I hear what you're saying, but what I'm saying is these women today, they want their own power and legions. They don't want no man telling them what to do. So they would rather have welfare because that's more stable than any stable
No,
man.
because a woman will tolerate a lot from a man if he has money. So no one cares about what you're talking about. If a man has money, a woman will be under his complete leadership. We literally just saw the Nature Boy cult. What are you talking about? That bandit didn't have a dime to his damn name, had men and women following after him. What are you talking about? Women will follow a man to hell, unfortunately. He doesn't even have to have a dime. So you're not going to convince me, a woman, that you know more about how women think and how they operate than I do as a woman. You obviously don't. You can't even get no basic corroboration out of a woman. So you obviously don't really know how women are. Now let's call Wisconsin welfare so we can see if they put men out the home.
Please press 4. Invalid entry. For English, press 1. Para español. Please listen to all options before selecting a number. Please note, incorrect selections may result in longer wait times due to being transferred to the correct department. If you are calling about child care services, please press 1. If you are calling to report fraudulent behavior, press 2. For general information, press 3. To apply for benefits, including health care, food share, and child care, or to complete a renewal, please press 4. This option should only be selected if you are applying for or renewing benefits for health care, food share, or child care. Please note, you may be transferred if it is determined you have reached the incorrect line. There may be an additional wait time after transfer. If you would like to continue, press 1. To return to the previous menu. Milwaukee Enrollment Services closes every Thursday at 12 noon. If you are calling to apply for benefits, please hang up and dial 262-288-3584. If you need to drop off documents today, please note our COGS site has moved. Please visit us at our new location, 6055 North 64th
Sorry,
Street.
you guys, I gotta
For all other inquiries, please call again tomorrow. Thank you.
I had to call that whole line again. Cause he done rambled off a number and I had to call that whole thing again. Hold on, y'all, cause I had to get that number that he put out there for it. So hang on for a second. Cause you're not about to tell me the welfare is still taking black men out the home. Like, really? You came up here to try to convince us that welfare is still taking black men out this damn home?
Thank you for calling Milwaukee Enrollment Services. For English, press 1. Para español, presione 2. Please listen to all options before selecting a number. Please note, incorrect selections may result in
Welfare, so
longer
we can
wait
see
times due to being
if they-
transferred to the correct department. If you are calling about child care services, please press 1. If you are calling to report fraudulent behavior, press 2. For general information, press 3. This option should only be selected if you are applying for or renewing benefits for health care, food share, or child care. Please note, you may be transferred if it is determined you have reached the incorrect line. There may be an additional wait time after transfer. If you would like to continue, press 1. To return to the previous menu. Milwaukee Enrollment Services closes every Thursday at 12 noon. If you are calling to apply for benefits, please hang up and dial 262-288-3584. If you need to drop off documents today, please note our COGS site has moved. Please visit us at our new location.
All right, 262-288-3584.
Please wait while we connect your phone call.
For English, press 1. Para español, presione 2. Please listen to all options before selecting a number. Please note, incorrect selections may result in longer wait times due to being transferred to the correct department. If you are calling about child care services, please press 1. If you are calling to report fraudulent behavior, press 2. For general information, press 3. To apply for benefits, include. For Miles locations and office hours, press 1. To hear information on how to submit verification, press 2. For information about your Forward Health Card, press 3. For information about your Quest Card, press 4. For information on how to apply for benefits online, press 5. For information about your 6-month report form or SMRF, press 6. To repeat these options, press 9. To play the previous menu, press 8. Please listen to all options before selecting a number. Please note, incorrect selections may result in longer wait times due to being transferred to the correct department. If you are calling about child care services, please press 1. If you are calling to report fraudulent behavior, press 2. For general information, press 3. To apply for benefits, including health care, food share, and child care, or to complete a renewal, please press 4. All others should press 5. To repeat these options, press 9. This option should only be selected if you are applying for or renewing benefits for health
What they
care,
say?
food share, or child care. Please note, you may be transferred if it is determined you have reached the incorrect line. There may be an additional wait time after transfer. If you would like to continue, press 1. To return to the previous menu. Milwaukee Enrollment Services closes every Thursday at 12 noon. If you are calling to apply for benefits, please hang up and dial 262-288-3584. If you need to drop off documents today, please note our COGS site has moved. Please visit us at our new location, 6055 North 64th Street. For all other inquiries, please call again tomorrow. Thank you.
Are they closed?
It's only 3:30. Usually something like that would close at 4:35.
Yeah, because I just dialed the
It's not a
262
welfare.
number.
It's not a welfare in sight will let a mother and a father live in the same house. You got. I don't know what's wrong with you.
No, you sound ridiculous. We already called
Name
welfare.
one
They already,
welfare
we
office
already
won't allow
called
that.
welfare. They said that they do. My mom was on welfare with my dad. So, like, knock it off.
Cynthia, I want to challenge that because it's not a welfare in the world will allow a mama and a daddy to stay in a welfare house.
I'm about to kick you off of my live in like 2 seconds because I'm getting annoyed.
Okay.
Please wait while we connect your phone call.
For English, press 1. Para español, presione 2. Please listen to all options before selecting a number. Please note, incorrect selections may result in longer wait times due to being transferred to the correct department. If you are calling about child care services, please press 1. If you are calling to report fraudulent behavior, press 2. For general information, press 3. To apply for benefits, including health care, food share, and child care, or to complete a renewal, please press 4. All others should press. This option should only be selected if you are applying for or renewing benefits for health care, food share, or child care. Please note, you may be transferred if it is determined you have reached the incorrect line. There may be an additional wait time after transfer. If you would like to continue, press 1. To return to the previous menu, press 2. Milwaukee Enrollment Services closes every Thursday at 12 noon. If you are calling to apply for benefits, please hang up and dial 262-288-3584. If you need to drop off documents today, please note our COGS site has moved. Please visit us at our new location.
Yeah, they must be closed. Let me look it up online though. Yeah, see, I'm looking up the welfare criteria for Milwaukee County. And we go see if if the man can't be in the house. Okay, let's
Go ahead.
look at it. Let me share the screen because this is Milwaukee County Health and Human Services, what we just attempted to call. Let's tell y'all, if y'all coming up, you better be ready to answer some questions or you're gonna get dropped down. So we're on the Milwaukee County Health and Human Services website. It says, for parents in Milwaukee County who struggle with substance use disorder, the treatment and recovery services they need to help their families stay together, they may be available through through TANF. So TANF is a federal government program, meaning welfare, created to help families in need get back on their feet and reclaim their independence. Residents may apply for the TANF program by visiting an access point. So who is eligible? There is no limit on the number of times you and your loved ones can use the TANF benefit. If you or your loved ones have received TANF benefits before, you may still be eligible for those services. To be eligible, you must be a Milwaukee County resident and meet at least one of these requirements. Are currently pregnant, regularly pay child support if applicable, have children under the age of 18 who lives in Milwaukee County, are involved in multiple systems such as W-2, child welfare, food share, probation, parole, etc., have an annual household income level of 200% below the poverty level. Tell me where it says the man can't be in here. Tell me where this eligibility says no man in the home.
I literally want to have the conversation with them.
Where does it say that you cannot have a man in the home? We are on the website.
If we challenge you.
Where does it say in the eligibility criteria that you can't have a man in the home?
But it don't say a man can be there.
Where does it say? It doesn't say any gender. It just says, are you currently pregnant? This literally mentions no gender at all. It doesn't mention a gender. It says are currently pregnant, regularly pay child support, have children under age 18, are involved in multiple systems, have an annual household income level of 200% below the poverty level, meaning they're requiring money levels.
So what they saying is men can get welfare as well. That's if a man has kids, but that's rare. That the men gonna get.
No, it's not. Doing it. Let's look up the demographics of men on welfare. Let's do that. Since you think men can't be on welfare, men are not primary child care. Men don't primarily take kids, nor do they want them. How many men are on welfare? Because you clearly think that men can't. So let's look at this for Pew Research. Pew Research should be able to tell us the demographics of who is on welfare. Men are on welfare too, because welfare isn't gender based. It is largely income and need based. If you have a kid, then you would obviously qualify for it.
Yes, that's if you get a miracle as a father to get the custody of the kids, like myself.
No, most of the time it's not a miracle. It's more of a miracle if a woman gets her kids, if a man contests paternity. Men get paternity most of the time. Men get custody most of the time when they ask for it. So they don't want it. What the data says about food stamps in the US, the only thing we care about is men and women, that breakdown. That's all we care about.
What I'm saying is, like, I had contest my kids. I got 3 of them, and I was on child support. The only how I end up managed to get my kids is because one of the baby mamas, she just gave them to me.
We don't know. We don't need to know your life story. Bottom line is you have custody of your kids, meaning the courts do give men custody of their kids. So you don't have an argument here. But here it says most Americans can get it. Nowhere in here does it say anything about you needing to be a certain gender. No, both people can get it. Like you sound ridiculous. You're just up here sounding dumb. That's all. You just came up here to sound dumb.
They can get it, but it's rare. only in order for men
It's
to get it, you
not
have to have
rare.
custody.
It's not rare. It's not rare.
You have to have full
What's
custody.
rare?
That's
No,
rare.
what's rare is a man going to court so he can have custody of his children. That's what's rare. And it's more rare for a black man to go to court to get custody of his children. That's what's rare.
Have you looked at the stats of how many black men in courts fighting for their kids?
It ain't a lot of them.
It's a bunch of them.
No, it's not. No, there's not. No, there's not. Then pull up the data and show me that there's a, because that's trackable by data, because those are court
Yes,
cases.
that is.
Right, those are court cases. Though they're public record, it's trackable. So pull me up the data that says a lot of black men are fighting for custody of it. Pull it up or leave.
No,
Pull it up or get your ass out of here. You can either pull it up or get out of here, or tell me what to pull up.
After you pull it up and see how many.
Pull what up? What?
Pull up to see if women fight for their kids more than men.
No, I don't need to. Well, yeah, they do. Yes. Most of the custody cases are initiated by women, genius. Like, what are you talking about? And the fact that you think that we haven't already looked into this is a problem. Hey, Themis.
I just came for a real quick question. Jay Prince, didn't you say you were on welfare at one point?
I didn't hear you. What you say?
Didn't you say you were on welfare at one point?
No, I said I was on. No, I'm not on welfare. I said I was on food stamps. I'm not on welfare.
Yeah, food stamps are a part of welfare, genius, but sure.
What I mean by welfare is the housing, the stuff that women get, the stuff that women will kill you over.
The stuff that people who have children get. It's not women. There's no women specific welfare. There's none.
I acknowledge that. But what I'm saying is,
so why do you keep making it about what women get when we're going over these things? There are no gender criteria on them. Why are you acting like there is?
You want to paint a narrative by cutting me off.
You're not saying anything.
Yes, I did. I clearly said it's not gender specific. But what the gray area?
There's no but.
Yes,
it's not gender specific. So move on. What's your point? What?
It's where that men's get the kids. A woman got to be on drugs.
So I'm gonna say it one more time, and then I'm gonna drop you off because you're not gonna repeat the same thing over and over and over. Men do not want full custody of children. When they do, they get it. Period.
Tyrese up there crying like a baby because he wanted his kids.
No, because he does not want to pay child support. It's not because he wants his kids and he ain't getting it. It's because he don't want to pay child support and the judge is saying pay the child support.
I think you gaslighting us.
Okay, bye. I don't have time for this.
Gaslighting us.
No. I didn't ask to deal with no bandit banter. No, absolutely not. You will get your ass out of here. And we go try to, I don't think we'll get a hold of New York today. I don't think we'll get a hold of New York. We can try to call though. Let's try to call New York's welfare. I don't think we'll get a hold of them, but we'll try.
Please wait while we connect your phone call. Enter at 165-08 88th Avenue, Jamaica, New York. While our office remains open, you do not need to come in. If you need to apply for assistance, check the status of your case, submit your recertification, or request a case change. You can do so online at www.nyc.gov/accesshra or on the Access HRA mobile app. If you cannot use Access HRA or the mobile app, our office is open Monday through Friday between the hours of 8:30 a.m. and 5 p.m. Please leave your name, case number, telephone number, and a brief message. We will return your call as soon as possible.
So basically, New York said they don't answer calls 15 minutes before closing. Okay, great. So we'll call California Welfare and we'll see what they say. Okay, we're gonna call California.
Press 1 for English.
Para español, oprima número 2.
See?
Trung Mạnh Thịnh on farm. Nhấn số 4 cho tiếng Việt.
Thank you for calling the CalFresh Information Line. CalFresh Food, formerly known as the Food Stamp Program in California, is a nutrition program that can help households buy healthy food. You can apply for food benefits online or on your mobile phone at www.getcalfresh.org, now available in English, Spanish, and Cantonese. To learn how to apply for CalFresh Food in your county and talk to a county representative, please enter the 5-digit zip code that you live in now.
Y'all, didn't I tell y'all California was gonna make me work for it?
I'm sorry, please enter your 5-digit zip code.
Now I just gotta look one up.
I'll transfer your call. For future reference, you may wish to write down the transfer number. The number you will be transferred to is 31025874400. Again, the number you will be transferred to is 31025874400. Please hold while your call is transferred.
Welcome to the Los Angeles County Department of Public Social Services Customer Service Center. To continue in English, press 1. Para continuar en español, your call may be recorded for quality and training purposes. If this is a medical emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Our menu options have changed. Please listen carefully to all options to avoid being routed back to the main menu with additional wait time. If you're calling to complete your renewal for Medi-Cal only, you do not have to wait on this line. Medi-Cal only renewals do not require an interview, so you can simply mail your completed packet back to us. Drop it off at one of our district offices or complete it electronically at benefitscal.com. If you have an existing case and would like to connect to the self-service system and or speak to an eligibility worker, press 1. Self-service is also available online. In order to further assist you, I need to verify who you are. You will need to provide just 2 or 3 pieces of identifying information. To begin, can you please say your case number? Otherwise, say I don't have it and I will identify you another way.
I don't have it.
That's okay. Can you please say your date of birth? For example, you may say January 1st, 2000 or enter it on your keypad using a 2-digit month followed by a 2-digit day and a 4. I heard January 18th, 1994. Is that correct? I heard that you want to speak with a worker. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you. If you'd like to try to log in with the keypad, press 1. If you'd like to speak to a worker, press 2. If you're calling about CalWorks, press 1. For CalFresh, press 2. For Medi-Cal or other healthcare coverage, press 3. For general release, press 4. For welfare to work, press 5. To repeat these options, press 7. Please hold while we transfer your call to the next available worker. All workers are currently assisting other customers. Please hold for the next available worker. Your estimated wait time is over an hour.
What? No, hold on. Listen, California is playing. California is playing. Let me tell. Didn't I tell y'all California gonna try to make me work hard for it, and I'm not doing it. I'm not working for it, Cali. I'm not. I'm not staying on hold for no hour. I'm not about to stay on hold for an hour. I don't know what we gonna be calling DC again. Y'all throw out a welfare office for us to call that ain't California, because I ain't waiting no hour. I'm not gonna wait an hour. So yeah, they gonna say more than an hour. Oh, you out your damn mind. Okay, we gonna call another one. Let's call Washington State. We'll call Olympia. Yeah, we gonna call Washington's. Eight, 7, 7, 5, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3.
Please wait while we connect your phone call. Thank you for calling the state of. To continue in English, press or say 1.
Para continuar en español,
We have an important update. Call center agents are now available from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. for all services. Changes, application and eligibility review interviews end at 2 p.m. Information and referral is available until 5 p.m. You may also access frequently asked questions and self-services at any time. Please stay on the line for those options. If you've ever applied for assistance, press or say 1. If not, press or say 2. To search for the nearest office location, press or say 1. For answers to frequently asked questions, press or say 2. Otherwise, press or say 0. Currently, the expected wait time to speak with an agent is less than 5 minutes. Please hold while your call is transferred.
There we go. Washington gets it together.
You can access online services to submit applications and eligibility reviews, report changes, or find local services at washingtonconnection.org. If you don't have access to online services, you can visit your local community services office to use their lobby computers from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. To get answers about the Sunbucks program, please hang up and call the Sunbucks call center at 1-833-543-3230 between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m., Monday through Friday, except during state holidays. You can also sign up for text message alerts about the status of your child's Sunbucks by visiting textsunbucks.bshs.wa.gov.
So Tricks, Alabama is gonna be closed
and recorded for quality
in like 6 minutes. DSHS now offers a new way to access your benefit information online by creating a client benefit account at www.washingtonconnection.org. If you are a recipient of public assistance, you can use the client benefit account to get case information such as the amount of your current cash and food benefits, the status of your medical benefits, and a summary of all household members included on your case. You can also complete your mid-certification review, see important dates, verify that your documents have been received, and access information on how to request a replacement EBT card. Oh, Alabama is Central Time?
www.washingtonconnection.org and click on.
Oh, okay, so Alabama got an additional hour.
Were your food or cash benefits stolen while your electronic benefits transfer card was in your possession? Congress in Washington state passed laws that let Department of Social and Health Services replace and
Murder magic tricks, I am using a different number.
If you believe you are the victim of food or past benefit theft and want to submit a claim over the phone, please ask a representative for help filing a claim to have benefits replaced. You must submit the claim within 30 days of discovering the loss. Ask your representative about ways to protect your electronic benefits transfer card from theft. If you believe you are a victim of food or past benefit theft and receive services from Home and Community Services, please contact your assigned public benefits specialist. If you receive services from Developmental Disabilities Administration, call 1-855-873.
Oh, murder magic trick, you said, okay, we'll call Alabama next.
Your call is important to us. Please continue to hold.
I know, LA said, look what you have to go through just to speak with a live person. It really is, it's annoying. Washington wouldn't have been one of the states that put black men out the home though, because most black people are in the South. So it would be the southern states that you'll be calling anyway.
CSHS, this is Jen. Can I start off by getting a first and last name for you?
Hi, my name is actually Mary. I'm calling, I have a question.
Okay.
So I'm calling because I wanted to sign up for benefits. I'm currently pregnant, but my child's father to be told me that if I get on welfare, they will put him out of the home. So I was just trying to see what the criteria is because I do need the services right now, but I don't want anyone to get put out the home. So I was trying to see, is it okay if my child's father is with me, lives with me, if I apply for benefits?
What benefits are you wanting to apply for first and foremost?
TANF.
So, when are you due?
I'm due towards the end of the, at the end of the year in December.
Okay. So he doesn't have to be included until the baby's born. Once the baby's born, then he has to be included on the case. And if you choose that to not include him, then we have to put out an order of child support on him. And if you're living with him, then he has to, it's no question, like you can't opt him out. You guys have to be on the same case.
Okay, so he can be on there. He's not gonna get moved from the home or anything like that. I'm sorry, ma'am.
We don't physically remove anyone from anyone's home. It's just saying that if he's living in the home, he has to be included on the case because just as much as you're financially eligible for that child, he is as well.
Okay, ma'am, I'm even sorry to have to ask you. My child's father is an African American man, and he told me that historically. Did she hang up on me? Okay, she didn't really. Okay, she said she ain't trying to hear that. She said she ain't trying to hear that. She said don't come at her. Listen, let me tell y'all. Let me tell y'all, because Washington don't deal with black men being put in the home. Like they don't. She said, no, ma'am. She said, no, ma'am, we will not. Cause she like, why she hang up on me when I say, cause she probably tired. Let me tell y'all, Washington State has so many white women on welfare who got black baby daddies. Let me tell you, she like, not another one. Yeah, she hung up because she's like, not another case of not another one of you coming in here about a black man. She hung up, but at least she gave us information. At least she gave us information. And so the moral of the story is, yes, in Washington, he can be in the house and he can be included. If he lives there, he has to be included. Yeah, once she heard, I'm telling y'all why, because she like hell to the no. She like, I ain't talking to no more of you throwbacks that done set up here with a black man. Because I'm telling y'all, walk into the welfare office and the child support office in Washington, Oregon, and California, and watch how many Becky's and Spanish speaking Becky's are in there because the black man done left them a single mother. I'm telling y'all, that's what she like. Absolutely not. She like, I'm not doing. Nope. She said no, hell to the no, because she like, I already had too many of these calls. She like, y'all keep coming in here with these derelict males who don't want to take care of their kid. I'm telling y'all, she tired of these women of no color. I'm telling you, Washington is full of them. Washington is full of women of no color heading to welfare and child support to put a black man that don't walked out on their kids. You said I could have clipped it. She said, I am, because it's just funny the way she just hung up. She said, absolutely not. Nope. And if the phone in itself just disconnected on that part, but we gonna call Alabama. Okay, yeah, because she got abandoned too. We about to call Alabama. Washington said, no, ma'am, you will not come in here with these baby mama blues from these bandits. She said, no. Timmy, that's exactly what she said. She said, you got the same black man, leave me alone. They all got him. Like, she like, absolutely no. Absolutely no. She said no. She just said no. I'm telling y'all why she hung up. I'm telling y'all. I know. Ask any black person who lived in Washington and Oregon. I'm telling you, they're going to tell you that the welfare and child support office is full of white women and they ain't going there because of white men. They not going there because of white men. So we about to call Alabama. We about to try to get Alabama on the phone and see what they got to say. So far, why is only DC and Washington willing to answer? California wants you to be on the hold. See, this thing, California think that they're just like the Beyonce of states. This is what California believes. California believes they're the Beyonce of states. Therefore, they don't got to answer their phone. They got to keep you on hold for an hour. They want your birthday. They want to know who you are before you even talk to them. I'm telling y'all, California is on. I told y'all they confrontational. That's why they're not answering their phone. Because California is like, no, we ain't making it easy. No.
Please wait while we connect your phone. Hello, you've Jefferson County TANF Department. Press 1 to continue in English. Operaciones 2. You have reached the Jefferson County Department of Human Resources TANF program. If you know your worker's extension, you may dial it now. For the Employee Directory of Workers by last name, press 1. For assistance with a lost or stolen EBT card, press 2. To speak with someone regarding TANF, press 0. Our address. Oh, Alabama seemed like they might be on it too. Your estimated wait time is 3 minutes. So I like Alabama because they said 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes. We do got 3 minutes.
Wow, Candyland, it took you 8 months to get child support? Yeah, California just LA traffic got the city slow. That's all you gotta say. It's that LA traffic they got the city slow. Yeah, I'm gonna say Bethany. Bethany Myers. Yeah, she sound like she is. She do sound like she from Alabama. On the phone.
Your
Letitia,
estimated wait time is 3 minutes.
watching the show from Norway. This is comedic and sad at the same time. Happy to see us in. Listen, here's the thing. They need to see how they sound. They need to see how they sound in 2024 saying welfare took him out the house. She did welfare don't physically remove anybody. It's just hilarious that she said welfare don't physically remove anybody from the home. But y'all, then we got to talk about Tamar because Tamar out here, she gonna wear the offices out. Listen, if we gotta call every one of them, the funny thing about saying call Alabama, that's where the man out of the home rule was challenged in Alabama. Here, let me turn this down some. It's funny that we're calling Alabama because, yeah, that's where King B. Smith took place in Alabama.
Your estimated wait time is 3 minutes.
No, it shouldn't still be 3 minutes. Like, what you mean it's 3 minutes and I've been on here for 2? Yeah, that's interesting though that we call in Alabama and that is where it got challenged at. I don't think I fully register how funny it is that the phone on go, what's that African American man? And he said historically, because she didn't want to hear it. She said, this is Washington. We ain't took nobody out the home, girl, bye. So I do want to make it known, this is not my channel. This is not my channel. I'm just able to use it. Yeah, DB, I'm hoping that they
Estimated wait time
actually
is
answer.
3 minutes.
But it's still the way she hung up that phone, y'all, that's going on TikTok and Instagram. They are going up there because she said absolutely not. She will not deal with one more blackmail call. Sorry, y'all. That's every social media blog putting Megan's Pepsi commercial up there. We got some white bandit news too. Y'all know another little bandit done went and did y'all know another little bandit went and shot up a school?
Your estimated wait time is 3 minutes.
Okay, now y'all doing too much. Because we gotta talk about Jeannie Mai and Jeezy. Because now we know why Jeezy decided to make the settlement closed. He made it private because he had to pay this woman. And I told y'all, didn't I tell y'all that he had to pay her, and that's why and he probably had to pay her more than what she's mentioning on here too. Who would even send their kid to a high school called Appalachia High School? My kid wouldn't even be going. Like, I'm not sending my kid to a school that's named Appalachia. Putin endorsed Kamala Harris for president.
Your estimated wait time is 3 minutes.
They said Biden was their favorite. Oh, it looks like Rich Homie Quan had an overdose. Y'all look, this is the shooter, the Appalachian High School shooter. It's very fitting. That's all I'm gonna say. Look, this is the shooter. Ain't it always? Yeah, ain't it always this what's going on?
Your
Oh,
estimated wait time is 3 minutes.
so I guess they comparing Megan's commercial to she teamed up with to recreate. Yeah, they were recreating this. So do they show? Yeah, they were recreating. This is the recreation. It's been over 3 minutes, y'all. I'm about to hang up. I don't understand people with Chris
Your
Brown.
estimated wait time is 3 minutes.
Oh my God, like this 3 minute is going into 10 minutes at this point. Y'all, I'm about to hang up. Because don't nobody want to answer. And I don't know why. Y'all think we should just hang it up? Yeah, no, it's been 8 minutes. It's been about 9 minutes.
Your estimated wait time is 3 minutes.
Yeah, let me just hang up. Yeah, because Alabama ain't answering, and it is what it is. They are sleeping off the holiday drinks. Anybody else got one they think we should call? Call New Mexico. So if what you have to tell me what time zone these places are in, because if it's somewhere on Eastern time, they're already closed. Okay, let's look up Missouri welfare. But we do know Washington said they ain't physically put nobody nowhere. So, and I hope that Bandit James was on there to hear her say that man has to be included on the welfare application. He has to be included. Okay, let me call this Missouri.
Please wait while we connect your phone.
Thank you for calling the Family Support Division. This call may be recorded or monitored for training or quality purposes. For English, press 1. For Spanish, thank you for calling the Missouri Family Support Division. This call will be recorded or monitored for training and quality purposes. If you are calling for help with SNAP, press 1. For cash assistance, press 2. For child care subsidy, press 3. For Mo Health, to better serve you, we need your DCN number or Social Security number. If you have a Medicaid card, your DCN can be found on the back. If you recently received a letter from us, your DCN can be found on the letter. Your DCN can either be a 10-digit number that starts with 2 zeros, or it can be an 8-digit number. Please enter your DCN number or Social Security number now.
Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that. So you said call Atlanta. Atlanta is on Eastern time. It's after 5 there. Ain't Atlanta on Eastern time? After these, after we're done with the thing, I'm closing this off and taking it to Patreon. After we're done with when we get done with the calls. Atlanta will be closed. Texas will not be. So we'll call Texas welfare. Eight, 1, 7. All right.
Please wait while we connect your phone call. Thank you for calling. For English, 1. Para Español, marque número. You have reached the office located at 7450 John T. White Road, Fort Worth, Texas. Your call may be monitored for quality assurance. Please remain on the line for more options. If you are calling the Department of Family and Protective Services, press 1. To check your benefits, confirm your appointment time, check that we got documents you sent us, report a change to your case, or find out how to apply for benefits, press 2. If you already have a loan, to check your benefits, confirm your appointment time, check that we got documents you sent us, report a change to your case, or find out how to apply for benefits, please hang up and call toll-free 211. When you call 211, you will need to pick a language and then choose option 2. You can call 211 anytime, day or night. If you want to apply for benefits online, visit yourtexasbenefits.com. To repeat this information, press the pound key. To return to the main menu, press 9.
So we can't call them because they said call 211, and 211 on my phone is not going to direct me to anywhere in Texas. So we can call Nevada because Nevada actually do have a lot of Black people there. So at least Vegas. So we'll get there. We're gonna call them. 702. The Social Welfare Center in Las Vegas, actually. Okay, we'll call them.
Please wait while we connect your phone call.
Hello? I don't understand what's going on. Okay, do we just hang up and call back. Because that was weird. Because it seemed like they answered, but they didn't.
Please wait while we connect. Office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., with select offices having extended hours opening at 7 a.m. Please visit our website at dwss.nv.gov for a list of offices and office hours. Members of the public are encouraged to continue to use the internet and telephone to access services and to go to an office only if needed. El horario de oficinas de DWSS es de lunes a viernes de 8 a.m. a 5 p.m. Ciertas oficinas tienen horas extendidas y abren a las 7 a.m. Por favor, visite nuestro sitio web en dwss.nb.gov para obtener una lista de las oficinas y los horarios. Se alienta a los miembros del público a que sigan usando el internet y teléfono para acceder a los servicios y que vayan a la oficina solo si es necesario. Thank you for calling the Division of Welfare and Supportive Services Voice Response System. Your call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance purposes. For options in English, press 1. Please note, the Division of Welfare and Supportive Services call center accepts incoming calls Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 3 p.m. If you are calling about healthcare exchange plan information, press 1. To continue with more options, press 3. Please listen carefully to the following options. If you are calling in regards to your EBT cards, press 1. If you are calling in regards to SNAP, TANF, or Medicaid programs, including medical assistance for the aged, blind, and disabled, press 2. If you would like to use the automated voice response unit, press 1. If you are a third-party representative, including a medical facility, press 2. If you are an out-of-state agency, press 3. If you would like to speak to a representative, press 4. If you have a mobile device and would like to sign up for our text alerts, press 1. If you know the head of household social security number, press 2. If you do not have the head of household social security number, press 3. If you are calling to apply for new benefits, press 1.
Oh my God.
If you are calling with questions on how to apply for TANF, temporary assistance for needy families, press 1. If you are those wishing to apply for any TANF benefits must complete an application for assistance. In most instances, a face-to-face interview is required. The applicant or their representative may request an application by contacting the local DWSS district office, downloading an application from the division's webpage at http://
It's not after 3 in Vegas. It's only 2:30 actually.
.nv.gov. Accessing DWS's online electronic application, Access Nevada, at http://DWSS.nv.gov. Completing the application form and faxing it to the local DWSS office for processing, or by visiting your local DWSS office. To return to the previous menu, press 9. I'm sorry, I did not understand that.
Please try again. Thank you. To return to the previous menu.
Okay, they're not gonna let me talk to no person, and I'm tired of trying to. Bottom line is, ain't nobody took these bandits out the home. Yeah, you have to press something, but the reality is that they don't want to connect me to a person, so I'm not gonna do it. The bottom line is nobody took black men out the home. They didn't. And if you didn't like the welfare policies that caused you to leave the home, then you did that on your own. The bottom line is, if welfare says her benefits get terminated if you in the home, then that gives you the opportunity to be a provider. So really, black men shouldn't have no issue with welfare. They should have no problem at all with welfare. You said, can I try again tomorrow or something? Here's the thing. When I wake up at 8 in the morning, it is already 2 o'clock on the East Coast. It's already 2 o'clock. So some of these places I can't call at 11 in the morning because I will be asleep. Because 11 in the morning for the East Coast is 5 in the morning for me. I'm not getting up at 5 in the morning to call no welfare. At 8 in the morning on the East Coast, it's 2 in the morning for me. So no, I mean, there's just no way for me to, there's no way for me to call some of these places on the East Coast. There's no way for me to call them at 8 in the morning. Unless I do it at 2 o'clock in the morning here, and I'm not doing that. Like, I'm just not. Yeah, Tam Leo, I would have to do it at like 1 or 2 in the morning. And I'm not doing that. Lady Rebel Soul said welfare provided for generations of these bandits' children. They better put respect on welfare's name. Yeah, I don't know what the problem will be for welfare based off what I just read and what is the problem? What is the problem? Black men said they wanted to be providers. They wanted to be in the home. Welfare agreed with that and said, if you in the home, you the provider. So I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding the problem here. I don't understand why we're watching why we just watched a documentary, this one, taking place in 1973. I don't know why why are we seeing a documentary, a 1973 documentary that's talking about the man out of the home rule that was abolished in 1968. So there's just a lot of lies going on, and I don't understand why there's all of these lies towards the black community. I don't get it. The bottom line is bandits were never providers. Like, even if you go back to here, she's telling you that bandits couldn't provide. This lady here, she's telling you they couldn't provide. Listen to it.
Driven away so that mother and children can eat.
85% of the
but do you see, let me go back. Listen to this. They gonna say the fathers are driven away. This is a blatant lie. The fathers were never driven away. Like, why are they even saying this?
And the sick must travel 12 miles to wait for attention at Grady Memorial Hospital. And partly because of the general rule that welfare is cut off if there is a man in the house, fathers are often driven away so that mother and children can eat.
They just told you about a welfare rule in 1973 that literally did not apply. It literally did not apply. When laws are implemented and removed, generally they take effect the next year, the beginning of the next calendar date year. So if this was decided, if the judge's verdict came down in June of 1968, then that means by January of 1969, all welfare systems would have had to comply with the new ruling, which is that you get rid of the man out of the home rule. They would have had to comply. This was a federal law. When they take it to the Supreme Court level, it becomes law of the land. So I don't understand why you would have a 1973 special report talking about welfare and the fatherless family, saying that fathers are driven away, meaning chased away by welfare, when really they weren't. This rule didn't need, why are they citing a rule that was abolished? Am I just tripping? Yeah, y'all, am I just tripping? Because it's like, these are dangerous lies for the Black community. Do you know Black men been running around saying Black women chose welfare over them? You've been being blamed for a welfare rule that was thrown out in 1968. I want y'all to understand that. Because when I look at this report here, we see this report here. This is going over King v. Smith. Look, United States Supreme Court decided June 17th, 1968. On June 17th, 1968, they decided that the man or the stepfather regulation was unconstitutional, that it did not abide by the Equal Protection Clause. So they threw it out and said, now, regardless to whether you have a man in the home or not, the children still needs to eat. So mother will still get welfare payments, even if he's there. See, Sasha, that's why you sick now, because you're trying to eat paper. Hold on for a second, y'all, because Sasha been around here throwing up. And the reason she throwing up is because stop, no. Come here. Girl, if you don't, Sasha over here getting under the bed with a piece of paper, a piece of plastic, and she been vomiting yesterday because she been trying to eat plastic and weird stuff. So she picks up a piece of plastic, a mint wrapper off the floor, and she trying to eat it. It's like, what are you doing? Sasha, I knew I should have turned you into a stray cat. Now I'm over here. I should have been drove Sasha away from the home since she want to be over here eating plastic. Yeah, she got it like food in the bowl downstairs. She up here eating plastic, but vomiting all over the place. Like, girl, stop. But look, though, I want y'all to, this has been the prevailing narrative in the Black community. The district court found the regulation inconsistent with the act and the Equal Protection Clause. It held Alabama's substitute father regulation is invalid because it defines parent in a manner that is inconsistent with 406 of the Social Security Act, and in denying AFDC assistance to appels on the basis of an invalid regulation, Alabama has breached its federally imposed obligation to furnish aid to families with dependent children with reasonable prompts to all eligible individuals. They threw this out in 1968. This was thrown out in 1968. Why are Black men saying that this took them out of the home? See, look, it says Alabama, together with every other state, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, the District of Columbia, and Guam, participates in the federal government's aids to family with dependent children, which was established in 1935. At issue is the validity of Alabama's so-called substitute father regulation, which denies AFDC payments to children of a mother who cohabits in or outside her home. So notice how they're skipping over the part where they said outside of the home. They didn't just say you can't cohabit with a man in the home. They said if you even go to his house and you having sex with this man, he needs to provide for your children. This wasn't just a rule for in the house. They said this is a rule because she broke, she can't afford these kids. She does not need to be out having more kids. This was a 4-year rule that Black women, not Black men, got tossed out. And it's 2024 and Black men are still running around saying they was put out the home. That bandit James just came in here and tried to convince us that welfare is still removing them from the home. Even though we called DC's yesterday. They said they ain't taking nobody out the home. We just heard from Washington's welfare today, they ain't physically took nobody out the home. So if Black men were not physically removed from the home, why do they keep running around saying they were removed from the home? No, Sasha probably wondering because yesterday I gave her and Jasper a bath with it was some dry shampoo that you just put on there and you wipe it off, and it's like a dry bath for the so Sasha, it's wet, but you don't put them in the bathtub. It's still wet, but you just wipe it on them and wipe it off. So Sasha probably running. She didn't like that bath last night. She tried to run last night and I got her too because it's like, no, you getting cleaned. You are. Yeah. No, Timmy, that bandit is familiar with me and I'm familiar with that bandit. That bandit always was coming around taking the link on my other channel. I know. And he was on Nyla's panel talking about men are nutting out fully developed babies. That's who he is. He's the dude that ran over there and said that men are shooting out fully developed babies out their dick. And if that's the case, I just want to know why Roe v. Wade was overturned. Why are y'all worried about women's wombs if men are shooting out fully developed babies out they dick? Yeah, Timmy, that's who that is. That's that bandit over there who was talking that nonsense. Basically sitting up here saying that babies ain't created in women's bodies when they actually are. Like they literally got y'all out here thinking that your body is just incubating a baby. No, your body is creating. There is no baby until your body creates it. Your body is taking the man's genetics, using the man's genetics to create a human. Your body is not incubating, it's creating. It's literally creating a human in your body. That is what you are doing. You are not incubating anything. Your body is creating the child, and then you have to birth it into existence. Like men's sperm just doesn't create anything. Y'all, except single mothers, apparently. But their sperm doesn't create anything. It creates absolutely nothing. The creation is taking place in the woman's body, not in the man's semen. Like you're not a person who, like if a baker decides to get on Instacart and have in stores, Safeway, let's just say if a baker gets on Instacart and decides to bring a baker some eggs, some flour and milk and butter, you would never say that the Instacart is creating the cake. You would say the baker created the cake. Instacart brought the ingredients. Males are bringing you the ingredients. Your body is creating with the ingredients. That's what's happening. The male body is not, the male sperm, it can't create anything. The male sperm doesn't even decide whether it gets to the egg or not. The woman's body do. It's like your genetic material doesn't even control whether it gets used, but you think it's creating something. No, it's not. That egg determines which sperm is going to enter inside of it. The sperm does not. So nobody is going to say that the grocery delivery man who brought the ingredients to the baker has somehow baked the cake. No, you brought the ingredients and the baker baked it. The baker put the ingredients together and created the cake. Much like how the male brings you his genetic material and your body takes it and creates a human or chooses to not create a human out of it. We know every time a male ejaculates, a woman does not get pregnant, meaning his sperm does not control at all whether it enters into that egg. The woman's egg determines whether the sperm get into it. Therefore, it couldn't create because it would have to get permission from her body to create first. We're not even going to get on the fact that it breaks apart. One of them goes into the egg and the other part completely dies. Men think because they are bringing you the ingredients to make a human that somehow they're creating life. No, you are not. You're not creating life any more than an Instacart delivery person who brings eggs and flowers to a baker. You're not creating life any more than an Instacart or Uber Eats is making the meal that they're delivering. No, they're delivering it. That's it. That's all. All they do is deliver ingredients to you. They do nothing more, nothing less. They deliver you the ingredients by way of their penis. They deliver you the ingredients and your body chooses whether it wants to use those ingredients to create a human or not. It is that simple. I don't know why they're running around here talking about seeds and pollination. No. You can look at it as somebody brought you some ingredients to create a meal. They did not create the meal, they brought the ingredients. That's it. But let's talk about Jeannie Mai and Jeezy, because bandits are going to run around here lying, and hopefully y'all will use the information that we went over to stop their lies, because they're always lying. Like y'all always lying, sitting up saying that you was doing something that you wasn't doing. Black men are out here trying to save face. They're trying to save face because they've never been providers, they've never been protectors, and they run around here creating families that they can't even afford to have. So because they look like pathetic excuses for men, they're running around scapegoating because it's easier to say welfare put me out of the home than I walked out of the home because I couldn't provide for the children that I helped to create by bringing ingredients to this woman. Yeah, let's go to Patreon. Let's just go to Patreon. Which really it just means make it unlisted, but we can do that. So everybody who's here, they'll get to stay for this live and this live only. But other than that, we're just going to be over here on Patreon. So now nobody new can come in. Only the people who are already on here, they can come on, they can stay on here. But other than that, we keep it in here. But Jeannie Mai and Jeezy here, this relationship, this failed relationship by yet another swirling bandit who decided that he wanted to be with an Asian woman rather than to marry the women that he had already created children with, which were Black, largely. Okay? Largely, these people were Black. So Jeannie Mai decided that she was going to go over here and slum with Jeezy. She thought she was going to get a better Black man. We already know the preference pathology. We know these preference think that their non-Blackness is going to win them a better Black man. We know Black men put them on a pedestal. They talk about how good and these women may be good and nice. Like, listen, who am I to say that Jeannie Mai wasn't feminine, fit, and friendly to Jeezy? I don't know. She could have been. Jeannie Mai could have very well have been feminine, fit, and friendly. She could have been submissive to Jeezy. She said she was going to be. I wasn't in their relationship, so I can't say that Jeannie Mai wasn't submissive to Jeezy because she said she was. All I can say for certain is that Jeannie Mai got the same Black man. That's what she got for sure, certain, for sure. The only unequivocal fact we know here is that Jeannie Mai got the same Black man. She admitted that she wasn't submissive. Well, Jeezy knew what he was dealing with when he went and married a woman who said she liked her dark meat on the side. I bet you she'll keep it on the side from now on. She learned that lesson. But it says Jeannie Mai is accusing Jeezy of not adhering to the terms of their divorce settlement that Jeezy made private because he didn't want y'all to see that he had to pay this woman. According to TMZ, Jeannie claims he owes her a significant amount of money and had them provided paperwork for the two vehicles. So we know Jeannie Mai got two cars, at least. In new legal documents obtained by TMZ, Jeannie says Jeezy is neglecting several agreed upon obligations from their finalized divorce. So now, because Jeezy don't want to abide by this, Jeannie Mai now has to make this public. I bet you that divorce settlement is going to be public now. Jeannie states that the settlement requires Jeezy to cover daycare and school tuition for their child, deposit at least $500,000 in an interest-bearing account for the child, transfer the titles for 2 cars, and pay 4 months of her rent. However, she claims that Jeezy has failed to meet those commitments and has been avoiding her, leaving her in the dark. I'm gonna go to TMZ really quickly. We know Black women is in the comment section doing what they do. They in here worshiping this Black man and acting like he didn't choose this woman that he's now sitting here complaining about. I don't know who would be dumb enough to marry Jeezy. Jeannie Mai was, and now she's regretting it. But we about to go to TMZ and see what they got on this situation. I want to see if they quoted some other stuff in here too. Let me see. Wait, ain't this a search? Wait, it says search. But why can't I put anything in the search box? Jeannie. Really? I don't understand. Oh, here it is. Come on. There we go. Here we go. Jeannie Mai claims Jeezy is not abiding by their settlement offer. Of course they ain't. Just like Tyrese ain't abiding by that court order that told him he got to financially provide for his kid because he don't want to. Bandits don't want to take care of their kid. She want her money and her car titles. The talk show host says her rapper ex-husband is not following through with a bunch of things they agreed to when they finalized their split. Okay, we see that 4 months of rent. He ain't paying it. He ghosted her and hanging her out to dry. In the documents, Jeannie claims Jeezy already owes her $4,000 for tuition and childcare costs, and she says he hasn't given her access to the $500K account he was supposed to set up for their daughter. As for the cars, Jeannie says their divorce settlement called for her to walk away from the marriage with a 2021 Range Rover and a 2022 Ford Bronco. But she says Jeezy has yet to transfer the titles over to her, preventing her from being able to insure the vehicles and delaying her ability to have the Bronco shipped from Atlanta to LA. Jeannie also claims the divorce settlement calls for Jeezy to cover her rent for May through August, but she says he's yet to reimburse her and owes her $92,417.39 for nearly 4 months of rent payments. TMZ broke the story. Jeezy and Jeannie finalized their divorce June 11th, and the settlement was put under seal. As such, this is the first peek into their agreement. Jeannie says her lawyers have tried to get Jeezy to follow the terms of their settlement by going through his team, but she says his side stopped responding in July, and now she's asking the court for help enforcing the settlement. She wants him held in contempt and is going after him for what she says he owes plus interest. $500K is for the baby. He was supposed to pay 4 months of her rent. So this is how much he was supposed to pay on her rent, $92,000. But if this was May, June, July, August. Yeah, from May through August, that would be 4 months. That's what I was about to say. Like, it doesn't seem like, yeah, a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot for rent money. It's not a lot that he's having to give her. And if this is, assuming this is all that there is that he's supposed to give her, plus attorney fees and stuff like that, the bottom line is Jeezy had to pay Jeannie Mai, and he hid it so that he won't have, he didn't want this to look like the finesse that it was. That's essentially what it was. Jeezy didn't want it to look like he walked out of here not having to give her anything. And he did that because he wanted to appease his black male peers who believed that they should be able to waste somebody's time, spend time and their energy. The woman should spend years of her life married to this man and catering to him, but she should not ask for any money upon divorce. This is what black men, what he wants to do to appease black men, because his black male peers will only worship him if he walked away from that divorce, not having to give that woman anything. CW said a baby mama can never get this kind of arrangement. Most black wives don't get this type of arrangement. That's the reality of it. Non-black baby mamas, they get more than this. Jeannie Mai is coming up on the short end in comparison to what these baby mamas are getting. Didn't they say Blake Griffin's baby mama was getting $200,000 a month in child support? Jeannie Mai still walked away from Jeezy with more than what most black women walk away from their marriages with. And this is a fact. This is a fact that y'all can look up right now. Anybody can look up on here and see how often do black women get. Pew Research and the Brookings Institute already told y'all most black women inherit poverty from being married to black men. They don't get no money. So we can bring up baby mamas, but are we going to talk about what black wives are getting? Oh yeah, you can't get anything from a dependent. And black wives, their husbands are their dependents. So of course they're not getting anything in return from the people that they are providing for. Because you can't build wealth by providing for a broke man. You're not going to get alimony if the man that you married to is listed as your dependent. If he was your dependent, you're about to pay him alimony. You're going to pay your dependent. When your dependent chooses to cheat, if you get a divorce and you ain't got no prenup, you about to pay your cheating ass dependent some money, just like Mary J. Blige is paying her dependent ex-husband $30K a month. I mean, so we can try to take shots at baby mamas. We can try to. Baby mamas are walking away with more than black wives. I know that for a fact. That I know for a fact. I will argue that with anybody. Baby mamas get more than black wives. I will argue that with anybody. Now you can toot your horn and say, well, you get to make health decisions for him. I don't want to make health decisions for a grown ass man. That's not anything I want to do. So you can flex and say, yeah, we got legal rights. Well, if they need to make some decisions, they'll call us. Okay. That's your dependent. They should be calling you. That's your dependent. You're taking care of them. You're basically mommy. All they doing is calling mommy and getting permission to do something to your husband, i.e. your dependent. But at the end of the day, black wives ain't getting nothing. And I want a black wife to come up here and prove to me that black wives are getting something. Usually the stuff that black wives are even saying that wives get, they've never gotten. Nobody wants to be a baby mama, but everybody is going to be a baby mama at some point. The only way to not be a baby mama is don't have no kids. That's how you not be a baby mama. Don't have no kids. Because Rain B said you want to be a baby mama. And why do y'all always go to baby mama? Don't y'all know that women choose to be childless? Y'all never, so it never enters your mind that a woman might want to be child-free and unmarried. So whenever somebody says, don't get married or you don't benefit from married, how is baby mama coming out of that? Like, Rain, here, Rain, the link is posted. Can you come up and tell me how your mind automatically diverts to baby mama just because we say black wives don't benefit from marriage, which they don't. It's a statistical fact. They don't. But why do your mind automatically goes to baby mama? Is the flip side to not being married, is that a baby mama? Why don't y'all assume that the woman just ain't gonna have no kids? Because actually more women are opting out of not having children. Why do you think they're reversing Roe v. Wade? They're not reversing Roe v. Wade because women are choosing to have more children. They reversed Roe v. Wade is because women are choosing not to have children. So I don't understand how y'all's mind automatically go to baby mama when somebody says you don't benefit from marriage, which marriage ain't gonna prevent you from being a baby mama. Do we need to revisit that Moynihan report and talk about the poor man's divorce? Do we need to revisit that and see the amount of married single mothers that was existing when black people had a very high marriage rate? Do we need to revisit the married single mothers? So Amina and CW, I don't know what y'all got going on here, but I'm just looking because there's no need to fight over this. I don't get it. Yeah, On My Own Journey said 50% of women will be single and childless by 2030. Women are waking up. Yeah. So that's exactly. That's why I'm trying to figure out why they are reverting to baby mamas. You said baby mamas get more. I'm saying child-free women benefit the most. Yeah, baby mamas do get more than married black women. They do. They do. Black baby mamas may not, but non-black baby mamas get more from being a black man's baby mama than black women get from being a black man's wife. And that right there is a fact. And it's an undisputed fact. And I wish somebody would come up here and try to dispute it. Non-black baby mamas are getting more from black men than black women get from them being their wives. They do. Brina West said, lately, I have been seeing women married for years, outgrow the husband, divorcing, and end up paying alimony. That don't sound better. Yeah. We don't even need any stats. We can probably look up alimony payments by race and gender. There's probably more black women paying alimony than receiving it. I'm pretty sure there's more black women paying alimony than receiving it. I'm willing to be wrong. But what I do know is that if most black women are the breadwinners in their marriages, most of these husbands are listed as their dependents on tax forms. if alimony is awarded to somebody, it's not going to be awarded to the wife. It's going to be awarded to the husband because he's the dependent. Moni Jones said, I get about $2,000 a month, but I rather have my time and help. Yeah. But most Black, you would be in the rare exception, because I did, mind you, when I did my marriage research, I did research over time. The research said Black women ain't never benefited from marriage the way other women have. They ain't never. And mind you, the studies said never. I'm not the one who's saying never. The studies said Black women have never benefited from marriage the way other women have. If y'all do the research, you will see it too. It's going to tell you no Black women ain't married. No Black women ain't financially elevating off of marriage. No, they're not. No, Black women aren't enriching their lives and creating functional Black families through marriage. No, they're not doing that. Lovely B35 said, I know a few Black women paying alimony. Yeah, we don't even need the stats on who's paying alimony. We can just look at the who's the breadwinner in the marriage. Who's being listed as the dependent of the woman in the marriage? Her husband is. Her husband is her dependent. Alimony is based on who makes the most money. So if Black women are the primary breadwinners, then in a divorce, yeah, Black women gonna be paying alimony. They are. Sister Lovely K says, Sin, what are your thoughts on Judge Mathis and his wife getting divorced? It proves that what I said when I said marriages last to the extent that the wife is willing to overlook the transgressions of the man. And it looks like Judge Mathis's wife got tired of overlooking his transgression, and after 30-something years, she decided to divorce. His wife is letting you know, look, I've dealt with this long suffering for too long. I'm getting a divorce. She says she don't want to deal with it no more. We know she can't be happy if she's divorcing, right? She can't be happily married if she's divorcing. We know that. When marriages head towards divorce, they generally do because the person's not happily married. So I don't know why y'all keep running around saying, oh, these women are happily married. No, they ain't. They run into the court so they can be single, like single women that's the thing. Married women will say single women are so jealous. They'll be like, oh, we're so jealous. You're so jealous. But look at the divorce rate that's initiated by those women. Why are y'all getting divorces if y'all so happy? That's why I'm saying any of these studies that are saying that women are happy in these marriages, they're lying. Because if they cannot explain to you why the divorce rate is so high and why it's initiated by women, then they cannot tell you that these people are happy. Happily married women don't get divorced. The divorce rate says y'all are not happily married. Why do you keep running around trying to weaponize marriage towards people? The divorce rate says you're not happy. The divorce rate is telling me that I shouldn't get married. And especially in the Black community, oh, y'all the most miserably married. Because you the only group whose divorce rate is 3 times higher than the marriage rate. So Black women are definitely miserably married. They run around lying about it, but that data says you miserably married. Because you're not about to sell to me that you're happily married, but you're getting a divorce. Because we know you lying. If you say, oh, I'm in the divorce court because I'm so happily married, let me just go end this happy marriage. No. That's why when you see these studies that say that women are happily married, they don't even mention the divorce rate. They completely ignore it. Because you can't say, yes, women are happily married, and then have to explain why they're initiating all the divorces then. Okay, women are happily married. Why are they initiating divorces? Why aren't men initiating the divorce then? Why are they trying to get rid of no-fault divorce? Because women are not happily married. That's why. If women are rushing to the divorce court so that they can become single, that means then marriage is not making them happy. That would then mean marriage is making them miserable. That's why you should discard any study that says married women are happy. Say, no, they ain't, because the divorce rate is too high. Explain the divorce rate then. And as soon as you tell somebody to explain the divorce rate, they're not going to do it. Because they wouldn't be so ridiculous as to come up here and tell you that these women are happy, but they're getting divorces. So they'll deflect, they'll gaslight, but they not going to explain how can you have women initiate 70% divorces and women are happily married. Both of those cannot exist. They can't. Now you can say 30%. The minority of women who are married are happy for now until they get a divorce. But you're not gonna tell me women are happily married and then also tell me, oh yeah, by the way, women initiate 70% of the divorces. Then women ain't happily married then. That's what that means. Okay, well then women aren't happily married. But in any event, Jeezy and Jeannie Mai is yet just another statistical fact that no matter where Black men go, they fail. Moral of the story, no matter where they go, they fail. Now, let's get into Tamar because, hold on for a second. I think they were supposed to come paint this bathroom and finish it, and they saying they can't make it. Yeah, they over here getting on my nerves. They are over here getting on my nerves. Like, just come fix this. Like, just come fix this drywall. That's what you need to just come do. And they were supposed to. JG Music said Black women grant and bear the Black marriage. They are the breadwinner, not the man. Yeah, they are, but they'll tell you the two incomes are better than one. If two incomes exist, but if one is a dependent, there is no two incomes. Like, what do you mean? Like, that's what Black women will say. They'll be like, oh, well, two incomes are better than one. Well, if you got to go 50-50 and build with the man, the data says you're not even going 50-50. Data says you're breadwinner, he's dependent. For the most part. That's what data says. Data says you taking care of your husband. He is under your tax filings as your dependent. So unless we go say Black women is out here committing tax fraud, then the reality is you ain't even going 50-50. You taking care of this damn man. And then we ain't gonna even get on, let's look at who cheats the most in marriages. Because this is what I looked up too. I just want to be petty. I just want to be petty real quickly so we can say look up who cheats the most in marriage by race. And we go play guess the race of the man. Because we already know men in general cheat more in marriages. Which race of men cheats the most in marriage? This AI thing, this is what this thing's saying. Google's AI, which is wrong because I actually looked up the data, is going to say there is no information about which race of man cheats the most in marriage. Yes, there is, because I already looked it up. I put it in a whole video and shared the screen. It says, but here is some information about infidelity rates among men and women. According to the Survey Center on American Life, Hispanic men have the lowest rate of infidelity at 28%. Black women, according to the Survey Center, 61% of Black women have been cheated on, which is the highest rate of infidelity among women. Black women are getting cheated on by their men more than any other woman on the face of this planet. You getting cheated on the most in your marriage. And if this is a survey, this is Black women reporting that they're getting cheated on. The survey is based on Black women. That means they asking these women, did your husband cheat on you? Most of them who said yes were Black. So you taking care of a bandit who cheating on you? You taking care of a bandit that's cheating on you? Men over 70, according to Brides, the infidelity rate among men in their 70s is the highest. They trying to get that last cheat in before they dick expired. Men over 80, according to Brides, 24% of men over 80 admit to being unfaithful. It says women are most likely to cheat on their spouses between the ages of 60 and 69. That should be for obvious reasons. How effective is the dick of a man that's 70? So of course they cheating. The man can't do what he doing. They can't. Now here we go with who cheats more. This is the Institute for Family Services. This is the one I actually looked at. In general, men are more likely to cheat than women. We already know that. But the gender gap in infidelity varies by age. This is what I looked at where it said that that Black men cheated the most, I think. The Institute for Family in general, men are more likely than women to cheat. 20% of men and 13% of women reported that they've had sex with someone other than their spouse while married, according to data from the recent General Social Survey. It says, however, this gender gap varies by age. Among ever married adult age 18 to 29, women are slightly more likely than men to be guilty of infidelity, which means women are not meant to be monogamous. Stop trying to trap women into monogamous situations that they are not meant to be in. Men are saying they are not monogamous. No, you're not meant to be monogamous. I can believe that this would say that women are slightly more likely than men to be guilty of infidelity by 1%, because women aren't meant to be monogamous. And I wish women would understand that they're not meant to be monogamous. And I wish women would stop letting men control their sexuality and womanhood, and they would just embrace the fact that you're not meant to be monogamous. You're not. Infidelity for both men and women increases during the Middle Ages. Let me look and see if they have some race stuff on here, because I know I read one of these that said Black women, and it wasn't just that one. It said Black women reported getting cheated on the most by the men that they taking care of. So it says, in addition to gender and age, the infidelity rate also differs by a number of other demographics and social factors. For example, cheating is somewhat more common among Black adults. Some 22% of ever married Blacks said that they cheated on their spouse, compared with 16% of whites and 13% of Hispanics. And among Black men, the rate is the highest. 28% reported that they had sex with someone other than their spouse, compared with 20% of white men and 16% of Hispanic men. So I don't know why the Google AI would be saying that there's no data on men cheating by race. Yes, it is. It said Black men are the most likely to. Black men cheat more. They even have a graph here. Black men cheat more. A person's political identity, family background, and religious activity are also related to whether or not they cheat. Let's look at how much the Christians cheat. Most of the married people in this country are Christian. So Christians are out here cheating a whole lot, committing adultery. It says overall Democrats who didn't grow up in intact families and those who rarely or never attended religious service are more likely than others to have cheated in their spouse. For example, 15% of adults who grew up with both biological parents have cheated, compared with 18 who didn't. That's for obvious reasons, because those broken families is modeled to them, obviously. On the other hand, having a college degree is not linked to having a higher chance of cheating. So education does not impact whether you cheat or not. They said it turned out that most of these differences, such as age, race, party identity, religious service attendance, family background, are significant even after controlling for other factors, and a person's education level is not significantly associated with cheating. Notice how it didn't say that how much money a person makes contribute to their cheating. Two things that they did not list as a factor in cheating was money and education. But what do bandits always tell you? Oh, those wealthy men, oh, they go cheat on you and beat you. They said they controlled for other factors, and the ones that made the most difference was age, race, party identity, religious service attendance, and family background, not money. Money was not a factor that influenced whether a person cheated here. But why do bandits keep running around telling you that you should take the broke man because the rich man is going to cheat on you because they broke? And this literally says who cheats more. This is from 2018. It said who cheats more. Money was not listed on here as a factor for cheating. Money was not listed. But it did say black men cheat the most. It said black women are reporting that black men cheat the most, and black men reported that they cheat the most. So are black men on here lying, saying they cheat the most when really they don't? Or who's doing it? Because these are surveys, and what black women are saying is matching up with what black men are saying. Your dependent ass husband is cheating on you. But none of this mentioned marriage. It did say among black men, the rate is the highest. 28% reported that they had sex with someone other than their spouse. So it means black men are reporting that they cheat on their spouses the most. And the last thing I'm about to have, let me send this to my email so I can show y'all it. The last thing I'm about to have is a bandit that I'm providing for cheating. There ain't no way. Who do y'all think is the breadwinner in Kirk and Rashida's home? Who do y'all think is the breadwinner? How much y'all want to bet Rashida bringing in more money than Kirk? Even though he's sitting up cheating on her all the time. So I want to show y'all this. This is what I was looking at. Hold on. And then we gonna get into Tamar over here windmilling for this man. Tamar really needs to get some psychiatric help. So as you see, this is the Institute for Family Studies. This is actually one of the articles that I went over in my marriage thing. So as you see, the gender gap is wider among older adults. So you see this graph here, that means men cheat more than women. You see it right here. Men are more likely to cheat than women. We already knew that. Men sit up here and told y'all that it's in their nature to cheat, but whatever. I think women are just letting men control their sexuality. That's what women are letting men do. Because if women were just operating on how they naturally act, they would see real quickly that they are not monogamous, nor are they meant to be monogamous. Y'all think monogamy is a woman thing because that's what men told you. Because men supposedly told you they don't like hoes, although the woman that they gravitate most to is a hoe, because a hoe is sexually experienced. Men be running these okie dokes on y'all, and y'all be acting like they don't. So we write over here where it says In addition to gender and age, the infidelity rate also differs by a number of other demographic and social factors. For example, cheating is somewhat more common among Blacks. Yep, Kiki Palmer is a good one. So this is where it said, I just want y'all to see. This is for the Institute of Family Services. The demographics of cheating in America, percentage who reported having sex with someone other than their spouse while married. If you go over here, men are 20, women 13. If you go over here, white 16, Black 22, Hispanic 13. Black men out here doing a lot of cheating in their marriages. They said they do. It's right here. 28% of Black men, and it's probably higher than that. These were the honest Black men. So it's probably higher than 28. They're just saying this is the percentage of the men who reported and was honest and said that they cheated. And out of the ones who said that they were cheating, the majority of them were Black men. Let's look up who is the breadwinner by race. Women, which women are more likely to be the breadwinner? Because really, Erica De Niro already presented this, but look, Google AI will tell you this. This is so widely known, it literally came up in Google before I even finished typing it. According to current data, Black women with a college degree, women aged 55 to 64, and women without children are more likely to be the breadwinner in their households, with statistics showing a growing trend of women taking on the primary income provider role in marriages across the demographics. Key points about women breadwinner is race. Black women are disproportionately represented as breadwinners compared to other ethnicities. So I'm gonna need Black women to come out here and tell me how are you building generational wealth with a broke ass, cheating ass man? I really want somebody to tell me how you doing that with a broke ass, cheating ass man. Women with a college degree are more likely to be primary earners. So the only part that was about race was, oh, Black women. We got to say they're the racial factor because Black women out here providing for their husbands and getting cheated on. Here's what the Pew Research says from April 2023. We about to look at it because this is where you at, Black women. I need these marriage obsessed Black women to come down to the forefront now. Now we need Black women to come down to the forefront. We go look at Pew Research because that was a link that, what's it called? So the Pew Research said you have 5 basic marriage types. And when this load, I'm gonna share it with y'all and show y'all because that's what we own. This is the cheating. Where is this thing? The Pew Research. I have this up here. But it's according to Pew Research, I'm gonna show y'all as soon as it load. You have 5 different marriage types. Wife is the sole breadwinner. The wife has positive earnings. The husband has no earnings. Who do y'all think is in that category? 2, wife is the primary breadwinner. So here, it looks like Google AI pulled this all the way from Pew Research because you see this highlighted here. Earning arrangements within marriages differ by demographic. Among wives overall, Black women, those with the fact that it's gonna say among whites overall, it inserts Black women are the only racial demographic in this. Other wives are so similar in that the man is the breadwinner that the only race of women that will come up in this breadwinner role is Black women. I really, this, mind you, this is Pew Research. Let me come up here because Pew Research is credible. BlackDemographics.com is not. So here you have Pew Research Center. In a growing share of U.S. marriages, April 13th, 2023. This was a year ago. A little over a year ago. In a growing share of the U.S. marriages, husbands and wives earn about the same. Even when earnings are similar, husbands spend more time on paid work and leisure, while wives devote more time to caregiving and housework. This is why women are divorcing, because you're not going to be happy in this situation. Even though she bringing the same money to the table, he still wants her to be in those traditional gender roles where he get to lay his ass up and she get to sign on for the second job. I don't know why y'all keep promoting marriage as if it's something that's beneficial to a woman. Where? Look. They got the Black family here defining the breadwinner of the home. You ain't even in, Black men ain't even in the picture of as the breadwinner. Black women are. So y'all mean to tell me y'all out here willing to take care of these men just so you can say you got a husband? They said how we did this. Pew Research Center conducted this study to better understand the role women and men play as economic providers in opposite-sex marriages and how this relates to the way spouses divide their time between paid work, leisure, caregiving, and housework. We also looked at public attitudes about gender roles in marriage today to put the findings in a broader context. The analysis in this report is based on 3 separate data sources. The earning data come from the annual social and economic supplement of the U.S. Census Bureau's current population survey. So they're telling you literally right now, here's where we're getting the money data from. So when we say Black women is the breadwinner, if Black women say that they're not, they are either 1, lying, or 2, committing fraud, which is fraud is lying too. So they're telling you where we got this from. The findings on hours devoted to paid work, household responsibilities, and leisures are based on data from the American Time Use Survey. The data on public attitudes was collected as part of a larger center survey of 5,152 U.S. adults conducted January 18th, 2023. Everyone who took part in the latter is a member of Pew Research Center's American Trends Panel, an online survey panel that is recruited through national random sampling of residential addresses. So it's random. This is random sampling for this part. It is random sampling. This is to ensure accuracy. If you have taken psychology, specifically research methods, but psychology in general, then you understand that random sampling relates to the reliability of a study. Because if they weren't doing it random, then it would be biased, likely. The way nearly all U.S. adults have a chance of selection. They're telling you to make it more credible, we're going to random sample. This is about the credibility. This survey is weighted by the representative of the U.S. adult population by gender, race, ethnicity, partisan affiliation, education, and other categories. That's why we go to how we did this. So you will see they're showing you this. They're laying it out how they did it. So you will realize this is reliable. When someone sends you to Black demographics, you will not find this information on the breakdown of the studies because Black demographics is not a reputable source. Wives are gaining economic influence while carrying a heavy burden at home. Where are those women that said marriage does not come with inherent expectations on women being in service to men? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. The expectation in marriage is that the man is getting a servant, that the wife is going to serve the husband, not that the husband is going to serve the wife. Obviously, men are not getting that it is their role as a husband to serve their wife. They're not getting that. So if you think that a man is about to serve you in a marriage, you're just delusional and fantasy driven. Marriage is about a woman serving a man. That's what it is about. That's why wives are gaining economic influence while carrying a heavier burden at home, because men expect you to be their damn servant. That's the only reason why they get married to you, is because they want a slave. They want you to give them some free labor and dependent and reliable sex. That's why they get married. How can we say women benefit from marriage, but they're carrying a heavier burden at home? You're not benefiting from marriage if you are carrying a heavier burden. Marriage should release some of your burdens, but instead it gives women more burdens. So we're not going to play dumb here, and we're not going to sit around and act like when women sign up for marriage, they're not signing up for servitude. Yes, you are. You are signing up for servitude, and I'm not about to volunteer to be no man's damn servant. I'm just not. It just ain't gonna happen. In egalitarian marriages, average numbers of hours spent on blank each week. Paid work. So the husband is spending more time doing paid work than the woman is. The man is doing more leisure. The man is doing less caregiving. The man is doing less housework. So even though you are paying nearly as much as he is bringing, you contributing nearly as much as he is, he's doing more leisure, less caregiving, and less housework. Significantly less. He's doing way less than you are. How can a woman be happy in that situation? She couldn't. That's why she run into the divorce court. The share of women who earn as much or as significantly more than their husbands has roughly tripled over the past 50 years. This right here applies mostly to Black women. This significantly more applies mostly to Black women. With this data, there's no way Black women are getting alimony. There's no way Black women are building wealth. You're not. Stop saying that you're building wealth. You are not. Stop saying that 2 incomes are better than 1 because you only got 1. Black women are promoting something to you that is not happening in the Black community. It says in 29% of marriages today, both spouses earn about the same amount of money. Just over half of marriages today have a husband who is a primary or sole breadwinner, and 16% have a breadwinner wife. This is when you mix all marriages in by all races. When you separate them by race, it becomes clearer. Even as financial contributions have become more equal in marriages, the way couples divide their time between paid work and home life remains unbalanced. Even as financial contributions have become more equal, home life remains unbalanced. How can a woman be happy in an unbalanced home? Women pick up a heavier load when it comes to household chores and caregiving responsibilities, while men spend more time on work and leisure. You working too. You working too, but he's spending more time on leisure. This is true in egalitarian marriages where both spouses earn roughly the same amount of money, and in marriages where the wife is the primary earner. The only marriage type where husbands devote more time to caregivers than their wives is one in which the wife is the sole breadwinner. The only time where the husbands devote more time to caregiving is if he ain't got no damn money and if he ain't working. So even in egalitarian marriages, it's not equal. They're telling you that even when the marriage is supposed to be equal, it still ain't equal. The only time is equal is if he's unemployed. If he is unemployed, if the woman is the sole breadwinner, then yeah, he'll devote more time. It doesn't even say he'll be the primary caregiver. It says he'll devote more time to it. Not become the primary. He'll help you a little bit more if he ain't working. But it says in those houses, wives and husbands spend roughly the same amount of time per week on household chores. So he'll clean up the house, but he ain't gonna take care of them kids by himself. Even if you paying all the rent, he still ain't gonna be the primary caregiver of those kids. But men want you to believe that they like their kids. No, they don't. Men do not want to take care of children. It is quite obvious. So they said 5 basic marriage types. Wife is the sole breadwinner. This is mostly Black women's situation. This is where Black women will be at. This is where Black women will be at. Black women is only going to be in these two dynamics for the most part. Black women are only existing in one or two. The wife earns more than 60% of the couple's combined income, and the husband has earnings. Black women exist primarily when they are married in category 1 or 2. So knowing that Black women exist, if Black women are more likely to be the sole breadwinners in a marriage, then Black women are more likely to pay alimony in a marriage. That's what that means. So that's why I say we don't need to look up the data on alimony. If Black women are the most likely to be the primary breadwinner, then Black women are the single group of women that's most likely to pay alimony. That's the mathematical equation. If this, then that. If they the breadwinner, they paying alimony if it's getting paid. It really just is that simple. This is the difference between reading and reading with comprehension. Reading with comprehension says if alimony is based on who was the breadwinner in the relationship and who had money, then if Black women are most likely the primary breadwinner or the sole breadwinner, then Black women pay more alimony than any other group of women because Black women are more likely to be the breadwinner than any other group of women. There you go, Black women. You're not receiving alimony, you're paying it. That's the conclusion that you can draw from this data. In an alimony situation, it is more likely that you're going to pay it than receive it. You can't, that's the only place you can go here with this. You can't go nowhere. This is not conducive to Black women getting alimony. This is conducive to you paying it. Because you said money don't matter, but money does matter. Because you said you should marry for love, but it's looking like you need to be marrying based on money. Why are you not considering your money when you get married when you are going to lose your money? He is not. This is how Black men are about to switch economic positions with Black women. It's going to be through marriage. This is how Black women are going to become impoverished and Black men are going to get a boost in their socioeconomic status by this right here. Because Black women don't want to get their self-esteem together. You want to run around here and focus on loving a bandit. Okay, so pay that bandit all that money that you worked hard and overcame racism and sexism to get. Go ahead, give him all your hard earnings, even though he got a patriarchal privilege, but you sing your ass up here being a breadwinner to a bandit. Lying, saying you building generational wealth. This is not a recipe for generational wealth. None of these are. 1, 2, and 3 is not a situation for generational wealth. It's not. So what are Black women talking about? Do you think a Black woman is going to be happy in a marriage where she's the sole or primary breadwinner and she taking care of them kids and she doing most of that housework? Ain't no way. You a slave. You got off the white man's plantation and voluntarily got on the Black man's plantation via marriage. Only 7% say society values men's contribution at home more than those at work. And 35% say these contributions are valued equally. Bottom line is men ain't about to contribute. They not. Because you ain't letting them. Because you letting them run. You letting these men get all this out of you. Here's one thing. Now, they telling you we got this from the Census Bureau and the American Time Use Survey. Here are some of the key factors. Far fewer husbands are the sole breadwinner in their marriages these days. So when I ask, what do men have to offer other than money? Can somebody tell me? What are you marrying them for if not money? If you marrying a man for any reason other than money, you a damn fool, especially if you're a Black woman. What do you mean you ain't marrying him for money? Why? How foolish of you to not marry him for money. You should be, because everything else is going to be unequal. So you mean to tell me you getting into this marriage because you love this man, he don't got to have no money, and you know you about to be his in-house slave? You sound like a damn fool. The only reason you should be marrying is for money. Black women are out of their damn mind. You are out of your mind. This is what you over here promote. I'm telling y'all, if a Black woman is telling you to get married, she don't like you. If she's telling you to get married, she does not. No, I would never promote marriage until this change. The share of marriages where the husband is the primary or sole breadwinner has fallen steadily in recent decades, driven mainly by the declining share of marriage where the husband is the sole provider. This was the arrangement in 49% of marriages in 1972, while today that share is 23%. The only thing men are supposed to provide, is supposed to do is provide and protect. If they not providing, why are you dealing with them? Why are you dealing with these men who can't even bring to the table the only thing they would have to offer, which is money? If they ain't got no money, why are you marrying them? Relatively few marriages, 6% have a wife who is the sole breadwinner, and wives are the primary breadwinner in 10% of marriages today. Nearly all of them are Black. The share of marriages where the wife is the sole or primary breadwinner has increased from 5% in 1972 to 16% today, and that's Black women. And this is where they got to bring in Black women, because no other race of woman is going to be in this category. Black women are only going to be in this category. That's why they telling you that the white breadwinner has increased, and then they come down here and tell you Black women. They say, oh, a wife being the sole breadwinner has increased. Now let's talk about Black women, because this is where the increase is coming from. Earning arrangements within marriage differ by demographic. Among wives overall, Black women, those with a 4-year college degree. So you got Black women and then all other races of women who fall in these categories. But if you're a Black woman, you probably for sure gonna be the breadwinner. This is why bandits are out here running around asking you to pay 50-50, i.e. provide for them. Because really, when a bandit tells you, oh, we need to go 50-50, what he's really saying is, I ain't got no damn money. Can you provide for me? Among wives, overall, Black women, those with a 4-year college degree, those aged 55 to 64, and those with no children. So they're telling you these are the only situation a non-Black woman would be a breadwinner. Is if she has a 4-year college degree, if she's 55 to 64, and those with no children. And probably because these two right here probably don't got no man living with them. And that's because these two right here are probably single. 55 to 64, and those with no children. So they already telling you younger white women ain't about to be nobody's damn provider. Black women will, though. Black women want to sit up here and lie to you and tell you that somehow, and look, egalitarian, meaning 50-50. Let's look. In egalitarian and breadwinner wife marriages, husbands spend considerably more time on leisure activities than wives. This is your 50-50 here, where that man is laying up. Your husband is laying up. When you going 50-50, it ain't really 50-50. That's what this means. Husbands in an egalitarian marriage, meaning 50-50, spend about 3.5 hours more per week on leisure activities, more on leisure activities than wives do. Wives in these marriages spend roughly 2 hours more per week on caregiving than husbands do, and about 2.5 hours more on housework. In marriages where wives are the primary earners, husbands' leisure time increases significantly. Black women, you sitting up here with some bummy ass bandits who sitting up here with no job, spending all their leisure time, and they can't even take care of no kids while you providing for them? The least you can do as a Black woman is require that man, because you already married to a man that you unevenly yoked with, who's worse than an infidel because he ain't no provider. So if you go disregard God's word so that you can be married, the least you can do is make him get his ass up and take care of some kids or clean a house. You over here sinning in the eyes of your religion because you're supposed to be making that man provide. But you said my religion ain't Christianity. My religion is Black male worship. Therefore, he ain't got to be a provider. He can sit his lazy, tired ass, non-working ass up having leisure time in a house. This is probably why they cheat so much, because they got so much damn time on their hands. But Google AI wanted to sit here and say, oh no, there's no data on who cheats the most. Yes, there are. Black men do. They sitting up cheating on their wives like Kirk Frost, because all they got is a bunch of time on their hand. That's all they got. Black women are tricking off on Black men in marriages. Whoever got an argument, y'all gonna have to argue with Pew Research and the Institute for Family Studies. That's why I'm gonna need y'all to argue with. I'm gonna need y'all to argue with the Institute for Family Studies and Pew Research. Because not only did we read off how they did it, I want to look at these comments on this Jeannie Mai post. Y'all, to be honest, I'll talk about Tamar in a pre-record tomorrow, because I ain't got time. I ain't got time for Tamar. Tamar doing too much. I want to look at these comments, and I'll do Tamar video tomorrow. Exactly. Storm said, pay that exotical tax to your submissive dragon. Exactly. Go ahead and pay it. She gonna say, girl, he got custody, stop being petty. He does not have custody. Look at black women sounding stupid. Like, he doesn't have, like, what are you talking about? He doesn't have custody of this kid. She gonna say, that's fine. She tried to get full. He got joint. I'm sure he can pay the tuition. It doesn't have to go through her though. She always complaining. She chose him. I want y'all to look at how black women take on the mindset of black men. Look at how black women identifies with this degenerate narrative. The only reason she's saying it because this is what black men say. Look, she chose him. No, he chose her. He chose her knowing she said she liked her dark meat on the side. Black male worshiper. Let me just make this comment real quick. Because it's like, no, black male worshiper. He chose her knowing she said she likes her dark meat on the side. Just always over here worshiping a disloyal bandit. Like, how are you defending him against his preference? And he done turned at least 2 black women into single mothers. Like, girl, like, what are you doing? This is a problem. Like, black women's mindset largely is a problem. This is a man who got multiple women as baby mamas, and she's sitting up here saying she chose him. As if we didn't see Jeezy going on a tour defending this woman. She gonna say tuition and the baby not even 3 yet. Black women are so used to the low budget struggle that black men subject them to. They're married to it. Like, black women are married to this. Look at this bandit. You married a coke dealer. Obviously, he not gonna do anything properly. Just move on and be happy he didn't beat you. She should move on and be happy that he didn't beat her. And said that this man is the coke dealer. I thought Jeezy was a rapper who owned real estate property in New York. I thought they said Jeezy was a high value man. Now he's an abusive coke dealer. So in an effort to defend Jeezy, because I vividly recall black men saying, no, Jeezy was a reformed man. That's a businessman. He ain't no thug. She upgraded him. So did he get downgraded now to an abusive coke dealer? Like what are we doing? He's now an abusive coke dealer. Okay, cool. She said, Jeannie, please, not right now. I'm sick of her. Why are y'all mad at her? Why is the issue with Jeannie? Like, I know what black women's issue with Jeannie is that she ain't black and Jeezy chose her. That's the issue they got with Jeannie Mai, is that Jeezy chose her and he black. Girl, tell your parents to pay the rent since they couldn't stay out of your marriage. Why? It's already court order for Jeezy to pay it. Why would her parents pay her rent when Jeezy is already court ordered to pay it? The reason why black women are saying this because they don't get this out of black men. Black women don't get this out of black men, even when they are married to her, because black women too busy providing for black men. So because black women ain't getting nothing out of black men except cheating, lies, and dependency, you think Jeannie Mai go come over here? No. Jeannie Mai said she wasn't with Jeezy for free. If you thought that she was slumming with this bandit just because you worship him, you thought wrong. She gotten this for money. Jeannie Mai gotten into this for money. She's like, you can be dumb as you want to, and you can marry them for free, but she ain't doing it. Because the reality is, all of Black men's marriages is gonna turn out this way. It don't matter who they marry to. This is gonna be the outcome. You might as well finesse some money out of them. So Jeannie Mai said, I didn't come in here to be his indentured servant. I came to extract some wealth. Just because you want to be stuck in dust, just because you want to be sitting there dealing with a broke ass man that you got to provide for, Jeannie Mai said she ain't doing that. You were raised differently than her. In her Asian family, you can best believe ride or die was never mentioned in her household. Ride or die was not mentioned in her household. And if it was, it would have been mentioned that you don't be a ride or die for a Black man. That's what they would have told her. She said, should have kept him at the fun time, like you said, sweetie. Now he giving you a hard time. I love to see it. I agree with her. You should have kept them on the side. Because Jeannie, don't think you off the hook. You not. You was running around talking about how you submitting to this man. And yeah, okay, cool. You submitted to him or didn't. Because even if she did submit to him, the outcome would have been the same. Nothing would have changed the outcome of this because she was a Black man. And I wish y'all would just admit that at some point. Like, why are we not admitting it? Like, at some point, we have to admit that everybody is going to get this if they marry or take seriously a Black man. LH said, we marry for love, bandits marry for resources and to have a servant. Yeah, because they're smart. This is why they say women are stupid, because women are too caught up in their damn feelings. Damn a feeling. You're going into a legally binding contract with this man. Are you not going to protect your resources? It's just stupid to get into a legally binding contract that you have to have a license for, but you're not protecting your money. She not taking no L. At this point, Jeannie Mai ain't taking no L. This was 2 months. She got 2 cars, $100K on her rent. For a 2-year marriage, most Black women walk away from a 2-year marriage with absolutely nothing. Jeannie Mai ain't taking no loss here, except she may not be as desirable to her preference, which is white men. She may not be seen as desirable to her preference. But other than that, Jeannie Mai ain't taking no L. And the reason why she wanted to contest that prenup was so she didn't get an L. If he's paying her rent, that means that prenup must have not applied. Or he settled because he knew the judge was about to throw that prenup out. That's probably why he settled. What L did she take? Mel, tell me what L she took. Because I don't see an L that she took. Jamaican said this belongs in family court, not social media. No, the money she owes him on rent would be in civil court. It would be a civil lawsuit, actually. It wouldn't be in family court because they already have a custody order. So no, this would not be in family court. Rain V said, I don't even understand how you can love a man who is not paying your bills. Where does the love even come in? Because he Black. The love is only based on him being Black. Nothing more, nothing less. The only reason Black women love Black men is because they are Black men. There's no other reason. They can't say he's nice. They can't say he's respectful. They can't say, oh, he's just so empathetic. He just really understands me. Said no Black woman ever. Because to Black men, there you ain't going through nothing for him to understand. What there's nothing that you experience. You don't have a plight according to Black men. According to Black men, as a Black woman, you don't have a plight. They see you as having some type of privilege. So what is he relating to you on? He can't relate to you on your womanhood. He says you don't have a plight as a Black woman. So what are you going through that a Black man will relate to you on? What is he relating to Black women on? I just want to know that. When Black women say, oh, I want a Black man because he can relate to me on what? Your womanhood or your Blackness? Because he said you ain't experiencing racism. They literally said racism is about Black men. So I question what any love for Black men would be based on. That's what I'm questioning any Black woman. What do you love him for? What is he doing? Because I only see Black men saying they can't pay no rent. They can't protect you because they too scared. They don't want to break their nail, stub they toe or die. They not nice. They call you bitches and hoes and thoughts. They don't want to get married. They are non-committal. So like, what is the, I guess I'm just wondering what's appealing about Black men. Sexually, some of them are good, sure. But then you got to weigh that against your risk of getting the STD because they hoes. And because they running around slanging dick to everybody. So you can't even give them credit for their dick because you got to share that and then you run the risk of getting a disease from it. Or being oppressed with single motherhood. So it's sure. I guess they dick is a double-edged sword, I guess. Other than that, what is the appeal with anybody? And the reason I'm saying it is because I really want Black women to think about this. Why do you like Black men? Why? Without mentioning that he's Black or anything related to him being Black, what do you like about him? Because I'm saying that the only reason you like him is because he's Black. We can go live one day and I'll do a whole live stream. I've already done live streams asking what's the appeal of Black men. Nobody could tell me other than his Black skin and his genetic material. Nobody, aside from his genetic material, nobody can tell why they like him. What's the appeal of them? Yeah, we can say some of them are attractive. Okay, that they got nasty attitudes though. What is appealing about them? Because I feel like if Black men had all these great qualities, you would be able to just automatically list them. What are they? Because a Black man can't even tell you. I bet you a Black man can't even tell you what's so appealing about them, what they would have to offer you. What are we doing with them? Positive gal, did you mean they aren't even good in bed? I mean, a few of them are, but again, they usually host. Let me show you something from this bandit. This is what canceled out them being good and bad. I'm about to show y'all something from a bandit. Let me see. Because I sent a link over here with a bandit talking about his dick game. And I want y'all to see this bandit's mentality too. Now, where is it? Because I know I sent it over to me. Okay, here it is. Now I found it. I'm gonna let y'all see this. And then I'm gonna wrap this up. Look. Because a lot of them do have this mentality, actually. And I want to play it. I want y'all to listen to this degeneracy.
If you with somebody, right? Yeah. And y'all are vibing and y'all are cool, and this is a person that you deal with. Not saying that that's your lady, right. But y'all talk, y'all text. She's cool. Why the she can't ask you for $2 Why?
Why would she ask me though? She gotta ask another lady.
Why do you have to be lady? That's not
that ain't in my description. That's not in my description.
Yeah. A man that gives a female that he ain't with. is a provider.
That is a
It's
square,
not-
bare, lame me.
No.
I'm
Shout out to all the
would
men.
I'm 42. I never in my life done that. I ain't even a thought in my mind. It's straight banishment.
What about gifts? What about
I wanted
gifts?
to ask, like,
What about gifts?
Girlfriends only.
So are you making sure they eat? Are you making sure they get
I
some
mean,
girl?
look, we-
Are you making,
that's
like, where's
cool.
the line?
No,
I'm just trying to
that's-
understand, what does the girl outside of
Right.
that she smashed in?
What does
But
she
since she
get?
had access.
Okay, yeah, if it's, we do something, of course, it's gonna be on me. If we do anything outside of the crib, which most likely ain't gonna happen for the most part. 95% of the time, we ain't leaving out that house.
So you get an Uber to you and back.
If it's like that, if they need it, but sometimes you get your own. I'm delivering them the best in their life. What we not, are we missing that component? Excuse me, why is this mic on? Are we not understanding the level of delivering here? This ain't regular, that's why I can do this.
Not- what I'm trying to say is, if you fucking with somebody,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And y'all are vibing and y'all are cool, and this is a person that you deal with, not saying that that's your lady.
right.
But y'all talk, y'all text, she's cool. Why the fuck she can't ask you
That she
for a
better
few
not.
bands? Why?
Why?
I want y'all to look at this caption. This is the mentality. Mr. Organic claims his dick game is so good he doesn't have to put in any other effort. Says 9 times out of 10 they won't even get an Uber or a meal out of him. So I'll ask again, with this being the prevailing nasty attitude of these high-risk males, why do y'all like them? Like, what is the appeal of this type man? And this is the 42-year-old who ain't never done basic things in a relationship. This is why they fail everywhere they go. This is why they fail. This is the 42-year-old man who's saying if he gotta sexually please you because he's doing something that benefits you, he ain't giving you nothing else. Cheryl, see, we about to get into we gonna get into Tamar tomorrow because that's a whole video. I'm just gonna do a pre-record video on that. I'm just gonna do it only on Tamar. I'm put the stuff in there too because Tamar is out of her damn mind. Tamar refuses to address her issues. She refuses to, and that's why I'm gonna keep showing y'all Tamar, because if you have trauma and wounds that you refuse to heal, just know that you're gonna be dealing. You're gonna be out here like Tamar, looking like a damn fool in her mid-40s and still ain't got it together. But when we had, I'm not getting on Tamar. Tamar, go deal with your issues, girl. Like, girl, get off the internet talking about you married this man after he ate another woman's booty. That should have only showed you how lacking your self-esteem is. That's what that should have showed you. It should have showed you that your self-esteem is beyond lacking. What do you mean you laying up with this man? And you married him after he done went and put his tongue in somebody else's booty hole where E. coli lives? Where he stuck his tongue in your feces pot and that's okay with you? Like, that's disgusting. Tamar needs to get it together. Tamar is lacking in a lot, right? Like, she's just lacking. She just does not have the self-esteem. She don't. Tamar is just out here looking like a damn fool at this point. But I'm going to talk about that tomorrow, but I'm about to jump off of here. I'm about to go get me something to eat. Maybe go get me a lemonade from Starbucks while they still have it. Y'all, that summer berry lemonade that Starbucks got, it got me in a chokehold. I'm telling y'all, it got me in a chokehold. The summer berry lemonade, yeah. The summer berry lemonade got me in too much of a chokehold. But Demas, I'm looking forward to your video tomorrow. I wish you was doing it today, because I want to see you do a breakdown of that call. And because that was funny. And even though I was pretending, it just shows the narrative. It just really shows the whole narrative. It really does. I can't wait for that tomorrow. Thea's gonna say it's diabolical. It's funny though. It is kind of diabolical, but it's actually really, really funny. But anyways, I'm gonna jump off of here. I think we've been going for about 3 hours. Four, actually. Have we been on here for nearly 4 hours? Have we? Hold on, let me see something. Y'all, we literally been on here for nearly 4 hours. We literally have. All right, I'm about to jump off of here. Obviously this will still be available on Patreon. Y'all already know that. For the people who haven't signed up for Patreon, you can sign up for me on Patreon. You can literally just go into Patreon and type in Cynthia G, one word, and it will bring you there. But I'm going to start pinning it to the description box because I think we'll do things like this regularly. At least 2 times a week on YouTube we'll go live, at least 2 times, just to try to bring, you know, some traffic over there. But the content's still staying on Patreon. It's just going to. I just like it better over there. But in any event, I will see y'all in the video tomorrow on Tamar, and then yeah, y'all have a good, y'all know I'm about to be in Themis's chat tomorrow. Y'all know I'm about to be in there tap dancing. I am. I'm about to be strutting along in Themis's chat box, just twirling around. But I will see y'all later. Bye. I am going to get off. Oh, wow. Really? My whole thing on a trip? So my whole thing on a trip, basically.